Oh, and there we go. We'll 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, Goggsy here, and welcome to our first ever live stream during the sort of lockdown period in which there will be Motherwell games going on, and yeah, we're just going to provide an alternative cover of the commentary, and I'm going to introduce our co-hosts. There's, of course, myself, Goggsy, on the Copperberg tonight. What you on, Mark? We'll go over to you now.
I'm on the dark fruits tonight.
Oh, good lads.
Happy to be here. Happy to provide some terrible points on the game, so this will be good.
Fantastic. And of course, we've got Rory, my fellow vlogger. How you doing, man?
I'm not bad, mate. How are you?
Fine. And you've got a wee guest with you?
Aye, it's my dad.
Say hello to Stuart.
Back a bit.
The way he's just looking at you.
He's so done with you, and we've only just started.
Can you see my whiteboard?
Slightly.
I don't know if the
it is very faint. It is very faint indeed. Let me just.
And in case you were asking, I'm on the golden Oreos.
Oh right, yeah. Well, what liquids?
Or at least I was. Oh mate, just tea.
Just tea. That's fair enough. Rudy's the token complete non-alcoholic.
Oh, you want headphones? I've got headphones if you want.
Let's have a look. Just trying to find a way to post the link out. It would be a disaster if we're streaming all this and then it just.
Streaming all this with nothing going on.
I know, nothing going on.
Cake is up there. The cake is there for them.
Aye. Thank you. Otherwise, I'll just eat them all. One slices.
I won't give you the old joke about being pulled off at half time. Yeah, it used to just be oranges when I was a kid. It's a noise, is that the washing machine?
How's that doing? This is taking forever.
It's a solid start.
Oh yeah.
We're on to a winner.
Always start at the bottom and then just work the way up, because then you know it's always going to be better.
What's the famous line? Here at Goggsy 99 Productions, we always expect the worst.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That is the famous line, the slogan of our channel.
Ours now apparently, so I'm expecting some rev money.
Well, it is a channel for the fans, mate. That's it. Oh yeah, we are. Oh, that's why we don't have anyone watching, because it's on private mode. There we go. We're gonna have to start again.
Jesus.
Brilliant.
It's all
Superb.
gone tits up.
It's all good. It's all good. Boobies up. But yeah, there we go.
Let's try this again.
Do you hear me now?
Aye, we can hear
Can
you
Can
now.
you see me? Can you see me now?
Aye. So yeah, there we go. It's public. It is live. There we go. We're gonna post on socials. Should have
Oh,
people
no, mate.
streaming in now.
That thumbnail's just me drinking Strongbow. This just looks awful.
It just gives off the right impression, doesn't it?
Oh god. Solid start.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way, mate.
Oh, jeez, oh. That thumbnail is brilliant.
No, it is, isn't it?
None of us looking anywhere lyric at the
No,
camera.
that's what you want it to look like. You know, we are amateurs. We are in our first ever stream, so it's all good. And then, you know, several streams down the line, once the COVID is 3 or 4 years old, because it's going to go on forever. You know it is. We'll eventually be professionals at it. So
We'll be veterans by then.
veterans, yeah. Like I will have grey hair by then. But we've got 2 viewers. Hello, everyone.
Hello, viewers.
Well, welcome to the stream. Feel free to give any comment on what questions you have for the panel tonight, and just say hello.
Wait, will we see the comments as well, or is it just you?
Yeah, you should have on the right-hand side of your screen the comment section. You know, it's something. When we use this on the SPFL show, it's something I never actually looked at because I just knew for a fact it was just Rangers fans slagging me off like hell. But
nothing new there for you, mate. You get
no, nothing new. Nothing new.
Mate? Why different?
Oh, brilliant. But we're now up to 23 views. That's a record for 2020.
You're welcome.
Ask me if I have friends.
I must thank the cast.
Are we going to get credits rolling at the end of this?
No, we're not that high advanced yet.
Yeah. Well, that's a strong looking starting 11 from Rangers there.
Let's have a look at the starting 11s then. What's the Rangers team looking like?
I'm going to have to rewind and pause because they just went off it.
Oh, great.
But we've got in goals, Tom McLaughlin. Defence is Tavernier, Edmondson, Goldson. It looks like they're only playing 3 at the back. No, Barisic as well. They've got Hadji, Jack, Ryan Kent, Joe Aribo, Glenn Kamara, and Alfredo Morelos as well.
Alfredo who?
Alfredo Morelos.
Well, this is a bad night to stop drinking, troops.
Morelos up top, so it's a fairly strong team.
Aye.
Oh, I would say.
Very much so.
Very much so.
We've got a very strong starting order now. Surprised they've Edmondson's getting a lot of game time. He's been playing a lot of the pre-season, so that's going to be.
You were watching some of the Rangers pre-season matches earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, they had it on before everything got called off. So
Yeah.
try to catch up, and
Of course.
yeah, it was quite a lot of playing out from the back. A lot of play on the back. They got caught out a few times, but they managed to pick it up, like save it quite well. So that's what it looks like to me.
I've actually only just had a look at the thumbnail.
That's what I said. This is me with a bev.
It's utterly dreadful.
No, you look like you're on top of the world, mate. You're loving your debut in the podcast.
Oh dear.
Jeez, 28 people have tuned in to watch us just chat
Just
absolute
chatting.
beans for an hour and a half.
Absolutely.
Pretty much. And then doing the end of match analysis.
Many people are watching me.
Aye, 28 people have tuned in to watch my dad on the couch.
Right, I've posted on Facebook there the link. If you could share it out amongst your
Aye.
wee social circles. That is fantastic.
The only thing I'm confused about this Motherwell start 11 is who's playing left back.
I would say it's either Lammy or McGinley. So we've got in goals.
So it's Lammy, not Lamey.
Yeah, it's Lammy. Who said Lammy?
Me. Turns out he's French.
Oh dear. Can we find him for Pat?
Yep, that's the level.
Lammy is like an instruction when you give a 1-2. Lay it off to me.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, that is the standard of patter we're setting it tonight.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
You can say it can only get better.
I really doubt it. I really doubt it.
Downhill from here.
Alright.
It must be Lammy or McGinley. Donnelly centre back with whoever's not at left back.
Yeah.
I suppose we'll find out soon enough.
Aye. Campbell, Hara, Polworth in the middle.
Aye.
White up top with Hasty and Long either side.
Yeah, I'd say Long's on the left probably then.
Cut in.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves me to my next question. How do you feel about someone stealing your shirt number, Goggs?
Oh, I think it's allowed. I mean, the fact he's actually at Motherwell now, that's all right. It means that we've actually got a stronger attack because before we had so much uncertainty. But I think the main reason why Long was holding back on signing his contract was because he was going to have another kid, or his other half was going to have another kid. So that's probably why it was held off so long.
Yeah.
If you pardon the pun.
Oh,
we're in for a long night shift.
Long and his buds engaged as well, have they not?
Yeah. They've got a couple of kids, I think.
Aye.
I think so.
Not that I'm a stalker or anything.
You're not helping yourself, mate.
I know.
Aye. It was in a chippy or something, was it not?
In a coffee shop in a crossbar.
Oh.
They decided to call fans just after that.
Commentary on.
The Hertz. His purpose already in.
Aye. Is it bad that I'm actually quite nervous? Oh, it's the first football I've properly seen in about 4 months.
I'm not nervous. Like, I know for a fact it's a friendly, but I mean, there's no such thing as a friendly when you're playing against Old Firm. That's the way I see it.
Don't get me wrong. I'd be buzzing if we got a win. Like, I'd be like,
oh yeah, me too.
I mean, if we lost, I'm equally like, as long as the players get match fit, nobody gets injured.
Aye.
The squad's looking like they're playing well, considering. Then I'm quite happy. But
yeah,
a win's the icing in the cake, yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Get everything gel together.
It'll be interesting to see how we play. I feel like I've not watched us in. Well, obviously I've not watched us in months, but it feels like so much longer. It'll be interesting to see how everything gets moving again.
It was March the last time we watched a game of football.
Jeez, yeah.
When you put that into perspective, that's a third of a month. So a third of a year.
A third of the
Sorry,
month.
this is my second can, and I'm already talking bean.
Oh my god!
All you've done is drink over lockdown.
Is that really true?
Drinking podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh dear.
Can we have one of you to check in the comments on the YouTube stream? Because I'm not getting any comments here. And
I can certainly try.
Yeah.
It's because nobody's actually any bothered.
I wouldn't blame them. The fact we've got 33 people watching right now is insane.
I mean, you're absolutely mad for doing it, but welcome.
Aye.
I know, eh?
But yeah, anyone watching, and if anyone's got any fingers to put on their keyboards, if you've got questions or anything like that for over
geez, we've had Jake Hattie, Motherwell best player.
Who's Jake Hattie?
I'm assuming that's a typo.
I'm assuming that's a Rangers fan.
Oh, probably. All right, Goggles.
Oh.
Predictions.
Predictions, right?
From
predictions.
Mr.
Chips.
Matthew Sweeney.
All right.
Oh, we've also got Gears a Song.
Gears a Song. Jesus.
Karaoke channel now.
Karaoke channel.
Goggsy will win. You shave your hair off and post it on Scottish Football Banter.
Nah. We're not doing that. I've only just had a haircut. We'll give it another 4 months.
We'll have another one.
Probably not another one this year. you saw how bad my hair was during lockdown.
Aye,
Jesus, aye.
The thing developed its own bloody postcode.
It pretty much had, mate. Pretty much had.
Right, so what we saying to predictions then?
Right. We'll leave me last. Right, ready? You go first.
Oof, that's that's a loaded question. If I'm being brutally honest, I've not really seen much of the vast variety of the team, so it's
It is a strange one.
Aye, as Mark was saying there, if we got a win, I'd be more than happy. If
Absolutely.
we get minutes in the bank, that's not a phrase that people use, but if we get players getting minutes in the park, then that's all I really care about, if I'm honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
No injuries, no major anything really. Oh, somebody's just put in 7-1 well. I'd be very happy with that.
Tell you what, if that happens, I will shave my head.
Are we getting a confirmation here?
That's a confirmation. If Motherwell wins 7-1, I'll do it, because it's no happening.
There we go.
Oh, Longy stole your kit number from...
He did. He sure did, mate. He sure did.
I think Goggsy should go Baldy.
I agree.
Deary me.
Personally, I think that's a solid shout.
That's hyping. Absolute hyping.
I don't know how this game's got. It could go either way. It could be a standard, boring, friendly.
It really could. It really could.
Or it could be feel like an actual game. It's going to be one way or the other.
Aye.
But I'm going to hit with a fun fact here. Did anyone tell me the last time Motherwell won at Ibrox?
It was the playoff first leg.
It was indeed. Playoff first leg, 3-1 win.
I was going to say a lot older than that, but then I totally forgot that the playoffs were a thing.
Yeah, sometimes not like a regular fixture.
So I swear the time before that was April 93.
No.
We won 2-0 at Ibrox to stop them winning 9 or pause them winning 9 in a row, I think.
Was that Michael? No, sorry, no. Not Michael Owen. Owen Coyle scored twice.
Owen Coyle and Tommy Coyne.
97.
97, not 93. It helps having an older person beside me who knows and was probably there.
My dad, I think my dad was at that game as well.
Aye. It's like me and Downtown Disney.
Yes.
Funny story for you there. I wasn't Owen Coyle double, Adam. I'm almost certain.
I scored after about 6 or 7 minutes and then a penalty.
In the 80-something.
Aye.
Aye.
Mickey Bucket blocked them.
Aye. Aye. last Christmas, not last Christmas, Christmas before, I think. When did we beat Aki's 2-1 at New Douglas Park at Christmas?
Oh,
Was it
Tom
last
Moore
year or
did
2
it.
years ago?
It was
Aye.
2 years ago, I think. 2.5
2 years
years
ago.
ago.
So we were in Florida at that time. I was sitting in downtown Disney, listening to the audio commentary, which is obviously 20 minutes behind. Aye, cool.
Check him out with his agent.
But so Tom Aldred scores the second, and I just pretty much am jumping out my seat, and a guttural roar from the boy beside me, and I think totally frightened some Asian tourists.
Yeah, we've not actually given our
Just
predictions yet.
No, but
How good are we for
the
pundits?
the team list there has got McGinley playing on left back.
Right.
So Lammy and Donnelly at centre back.
Okay.
But prediction.
Oh, here we go. We're live.
Heel toe, here we go.
Heel toe, here we go. And it's live.
Right, I'm going to go right in here and say, well, I reckon we'll get beat 3-1. That's how positive I am. We'll score first and get beat 3-1.
That's the way about us playing at Ibrox, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Aye.
What a shitey home support!
Oh, brilliant.
Right, I'm just keep.
They've chucked it on the bigots.
Can we have that on our live stream?
And this is why I've got my dad beside me.
Oh, God, we've got someone saying you're a bit laggy.
I'm a bit laggy, right? That's fine.
Aye.
I don't know.
Aye. Goggsy, it sounds like you're in a Benny Hill film or something.
Right, let me try and fix that. It could well be because I've changed my settings.
Aye, we've got McGinley at left back, Lammy at centre half.
It looks so weird watching Jake Hasty chase a Rangers player there. Back in time.
Jim Shaw and Donnelly.
Aye.
He's playing for Rangers in black.
Yeah. Is Jake Hasty going to play for us one half and Rangers the other half?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's got a half and half shirt.
Nothing's happening.
Oh, no.
Right, no, fine.
There's commentary if you want it.
I'm lagging out.
Fair enough.
Your mic sounds a wee bit funny.
Aye, yeah.
That's because of again.
Sorry, I'm just saying this now. Apostrophes in the wrong place is one thing that really, really annoys me. And somebody's just put into these, it's easy Rangers, but it's Ranger apostrophe S.
Oh dear me. Oh, we've got the ball.
We've got funny that.
We've got the ball. Well, it's nice to see us passing the ball about the back. Basically, what I did against Ryan. See,
Wait.
I don't know if you know.
Are you slightly ahead?
I might be because I'm watching.
What time are you on just now?
47,
46.
59.
Okay, I'm just on 20 seconds.
Ahead, Mark. So if you could delay any celebration by about 6 seconds, that'd be fantastic.
Sorry, about 36.
I'm at 104
I'm at
now.
I'm at the 2-minute mark now. Come on.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, we've already got arguments in the comments, boys.
Oh, that's what you love to see.
I wonder which team's supporters could be arguing.
Aye.
I'm just trying to configure all this. My anyone watching will know that my internet connection is far from the best, and it's just. Oh,
I mean, what a pass.
That's taking the piss. That's a yellow card, right? Can't grab something in the waist. And he's away for you.
Oh, Jesus.
That would have been Ryan Jack.
This is awful. Like, last time I saw the ball, it was in the Rangers box, and now it's in our half.
I've just seen a combination of Alan Campbell and Liam Donnelly absolutely half somebody.
In what reality?
Go on, then.
This one.
He's in the future right now. He's 3020.
Sigh.
Goodness me, man.
Don't think O'Hara has a left foot. It's the fact that Chris Long is unironically wearing number 99.
I know. Brilliant.
Oof. This is
Goggsy, what time are you on? In the
I am
game?
on 2 minutes 41.
Oh, jeez, oh.
Mate, I'm hitting.
Well, he's
4
on 30
minutes.
seconds behind you.
I'm hitting 4 minutes now. Come on.
What?
I don't know when to comment on stuff in case.
Yeah, I've just seen that Donnelly and Campbell, half of the Rangers player.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what to
31
comment on
back.
stuff now. I'm feeling very awkward.
Right.
I'm
I'm
still
going to try
not
refreshing the page, see if that does
so I'm
anything.
going to have to get right round to that. I'm using 2 phones here, just to try
Oh,
to get
jeez,
sorted.
oh, that'll be why. I wasn't actually up to the live bit. Okay. Are you in like 3 minutes 15-ish, Gogs?
24.
Okay, aye. That's better.
Oh my
Turns
god.
out I wasn't actually watching it live. I was watching it 30 seconds behind because I'm an absolute idiot.
Good one.
At least you know.
Oh my god, Mark.
Oh, get in. Drive in.
You have to be specific when you talk about Marc Ruaraidh, because
Aye.
I'm going to be baffled.
Oh. I've just been booted out. That's what you love to see.
Out of what?
That's always good when Motherwell do that.
Oh, we've conceded a corner. That's where I'm at.
Oh, I'm about a minute.
Watching.
Yeah, Nathan McKinley looks suave in a Motherwell kit. I'm just saying that right now.
See the way we're playing. It's like we're
Oh,
forgetting Jordan
delete it
White,
last time.
the runner.
Oh, no. Why is this happening then?
Oh, organised confusion.
Oh,
Boys, I've been booted out. This is all going very well.
Hey. There we go.
I don't want to spoil what's going on for you guys here, but what I said before has kind of happened. Rangers tried to play it out the back, played a loose pass. Chris Long got the ball, and well, he had a shot and he missed. But what I said,
Can I go down in this, please?
Here, in the time that you're watching the game, Mark, does Trevor Carson have more hair?
Aye, they're fine.
He's got like
'Cause
a
he's
5
still
o'clock
bald and
shadow. He's got a 5 o'clock shadow now. Shaved on the bus that was late.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Are you trying to mimic me from my time at Ibrox?
I need to start greeting for that to happen.
I'm about to. I've just been booted out and I can't get back in.
Oh, boys.
Oh no, don't tell me we've conceded already.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've just got that up in flash score.
Yeah. Very shoddy defending.
Yeah, I'm still at the bit where Chris Long put the ball wide.
Yeah, Alan Campbell pretty much gets an assist there. That's a fantastic cushioned header to Ryan Kent to volley it. Well, one of them.
Fuck off.
Oh, you're having a laugh, man.
Fairly good hit, to be honest. Like,
right, it's just coming up here then. Spoilers.
It's a solid hit, but Alan Campbell makes it very easy for him with that header.
Aye, we're now trying on a different device because I've just been booted off of my laptop.
So you're not missing much.
I mean, aye.
I mean, you are, but nothing you want to see, really.
It's jiggling like hell. Oh, to be fair, he took it well. But
Oh yeah, it was
Campbell,
a good volley, but he's just headed it to him. He's made it very easy. Notice every time Kent got the ball, there was like 3 Motherwell players around him, and he still couldn't get near him. Like,
surely not. I mean, yeah, he may be worth the £7 million price tag, but he's not that good to have 3 players around him. At least, at most, he should have 2 players on a player, because that should be enough to deal with him. That is absolutely.
That's what it looked like when he was out in the wing. It looked like there was 3 players all running at him.
Aye. Oh no.
Well, there you go. Oh, Alan. Rangers again. Aribo playing it around the back, and he's just been hounded. And if Campbell could tackle him properly, we'd have the ball and everyone up that end. And where else? Put it wide.
Okay, well, I'm tempted to just switch off my live stream and just have you commentating.
You'll have Mark commentating, and that's it. I've been booted out. My Wi-Fi just doesn't let me back in.
Just me.
It might have been easier just doing a mukbang.
Probably.
Mukbang, Jesus.
I don't know. There was me anywhere.
No. Can't even get it loaded up.
This is awful.
Saying the stream is just now. No response.
Got a comment saying the stream's lagging.
Yeah.
I've also got another one saying your team's pish. That lasted long.
Fair enough.
This is as good as I can get. If
I try and log in here, I don't know whether you can log in somewhere else.
Oh, that's fine. If you can log in there, then log in there.
That was far too easy for Rangers, that second goal, man.
Oh, dearie me.
CJ's
going to be messaging me.
The whole field to plough out wide there. No one goes near him, and then Hadji's unmarked to head it in. Easy goal. Tell you what, boys, I'm glad we're not doing a shot after every goal, because we could be dead by the end of this game.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that in the. No, I'm kidding on.
No, I'm not catching up now. No chance.
Rangers make it 2 after 10 minutes. See, Motherwell tweeting this out. It is the most depressing thing to see.
It surprises me because everybody else seems to be okay. And you were already in, so I don't know.
Oh my God, that is criminal defending.
What you doing? What you doing? Oh, good save, Trevor. Good save.
Right, time to answer some comments because I'm not really interested in watching the game much more.
I love how before this we're like 4 months without football. I've missed it so much, and 11 minutes in, I just can't be bothered with it now. Just can't be bothered with it.
I'm happy with another 4 months of without football.
Hey, mate, how you doing? We were watching it, but it's cut out. Oh, cool.
Right, time to go through some of the comments because.
Fish through the comments.
I take it they're getting deep. You getting any?
Yeah, it's 2-0, mate.
I was watching it after about 2 or 3 minutes, and then.
Right. Here's one for the trips. Right, what's your favourite cereal?
Favourite cereal?
Yeah, what's your favourite cereal from Snowbar 1991?
For the moment, it's just a plain one.
For me, I go for the standard 4 Weetabix in the morning.
Unless you win.
Bastard!
Weetabix is a superfood.
Hey, I know it's a bag on the other Rangers fan.
Toast on
and just let the good one win. I was quite surprised.
What about you, boys?
I'm a Cheerios
See,
man.
Cheerios.
These are kids.
I'm aware, man. I'm absolutely fine with that.
See, I'd say either crunchy nut cornflakes or Special K. I'm a bland boy.
Vanilla boy.
That's pretty special. Let's see what else. What other comments are there?
Was that ETS?
Favourite away day from the Football Pro.
Yeah. What has been like in the time we've known each other? What has been your favourite away day?
The time we've known each other, so what, a year?
A year for me and you, Mark.
Aye.
I mean, you should know the bit.
Well, for us, there's only one answer, surely.
3 years.
Surely there's only one answer.
Aye.
Queen of the South away.
110%.
Magic.
Is that when you got lost in Carlisle, but was made in the Royal Navy?
No, we got Carlisle, man. Every train counts.
Like 3 hours in Carlisle.
Unbelievable.
Aye.
Listen, I suppose it's fairly easy. You've got a golf club box, but
yeah.
So, I mean, I know you're not supposed to drinking on the train after like 9 o'clock, but certainly when we bought our drinks.
It was just fun watching every train get cancelled and being like, oh, class.
From back into it 152. That's my prediction.
Apart from that, I
Yeah.
can't remember what my favourite away day would be, to be honest.
Hearts away has been good.
I swear Hearts away is either like a 6-1 win for Motherwell or a 6-1 win for Hearts. Like there's no in between.
Hearts away is like so dodgy. Like it's a
number of midfielders we've signed.
I have to say though, my favourite away day since I've known you, Goggsy, is Ross County.
the 3-2 game.
Aye.
Oh, that was absolutely class.
Chucky McLean. I've still got a photo of that on my Instagram. It's just.
Oh, me too.
Aye.
Brilliant. When everyone just invaded the park after Ross McLean scored to make it 3-2. That was absolute class.
You're not quite on it, or the guy that you're on loan to doesn't think. No,
it's just
one of my favourite away days is probably Aki's, to be honest.
Go on, Hasty.
I do enjoy Aki's
Never
away.
thought I'd be saying that again.
I don't know what the thinking is here.
Yeah, we're playing decent football.
How far behind did you go?
Aye.
Well, 2 years.
He's
still in last season, mate, because right now
he's
I'm still in last season.
Versatile enough that it'll be 6 or 7.
You're still doing better than me. I still can't get on.
Not really a good fit for a lot of places. No, not at that level anyway. Maybe at your level's alright.
I've just watched the Rebo make McGinn look like a dafty.
Obviously, he is.
Oh dear. Well, I've just watched a Rebo make Grimshaw look like a dafty.
No. Never. It's a commentary. It's like, what happened here?
This is really going well, Trips. I'm really enjoying this. We're at nearly 50 viewers. And
I'll be a shooting Laura. See how you're doing.
Stream's going absolutely sensationally.
Aye.
It's just a shame.
The stream's going well. I can't actually see the bloody game. Who scored? Motherwell. It's currently 6-0.
1 goal away from my head getting shaved.
Already?
I'm only glad that I said 7-1. So, there's no chance now.
Aye.
Oh, yeah. So I thought Rebo had just won a penalty there, but
no.
It must have been the minute you just talked about.
Yeah, no, he just the quick feet, man, just left McGinley completely lost.
Oh, yeah, that was a bit of class, unfortunately, but
right. Who scored? Who scored? Kent and Hadji.
Kent and Hadji.
Kent with a good volley, Hadji with an open header. John McLaughlin's had a couple of shots to save, but they haven't. I think actually one.
I've not even seen any of those.
One went past the post, and the other that he had to save was blocked, so all this thing was took out anyway, so he's not really had much to do.
I feel like I'm listening on the radio right now.
Welcome to Open All Mics.
What's happened? I don't know, Jeff.
I thought he was making us up.
Some good play there between Kent and I don't actually know who else it was I didn't see, but
What is your keepy uppy record? There's a question for you.
oh, Christ.
A solid 3.
3.
No,
I'm
I don't
closer
know.
to about. I don't want to brag or anything, but it's in the hundreds, I'd say.
See, I get to about 20 and then I just get bored, so I just start booting balls off stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I think I've done about 30 or 40, but the feat for me is being able to stay on my feet and do them and no fall flat in my face. So.
But it's actually been a while since like I properly played football. Like oh my god.
Aye. It's too long.
Just
man.
watching this game is just giving me the heebie-jeebies.
I mean, did we really expect anything different though?
Not really.
Like the Rangers
Aye.
have played some good stuff, and I'm no surprised that you don't beat teams like Leon without playing good stuff.
I know.
Also, just saying as well, in reply to can you show us the game? That's a one-way street to copyright strike, Phil. So that's a solid no.
We do not have the rights, and I do not have the technology to do that because this is being shown in Premier Sport. You need to pay for a package for Premier Sport, which I am not willing to do. And it's just, I think even mentioning these sort of mainstream media sources, it's sort of it's frowned upon. So
Aye.
I'm just gonna stop mentioning them in case they've got one of these tracking devices that's like. Oh.
YouTube does it.
To be fair, it probably couldn't understand the Scottish accent anyway, so it's fine.
Probably. Aye.
Aye. Oh. Who do you think will win the league from Snowball 91 again? Or Snowball?
I still think it'll be Celtic. I think Celtic have got the league tied up for the next couple of years. But I'm more than happy to be wrong because I'm fed up of seeing Celtic win league titles. But I also do not want to see Rangers win a league title. I'd rather see a team like Aberdeen, Hibs, Motherwell maybe challenge, but it's never going to happen in this climate of football. So
it's not.
Being realistic, in my opinion, it's still going to be Celtic for the near future anyway.
I'm gonna be a bit there with this comment and say I don't think they're gonna win the treble this year. I don't think they'll win either of the cups.
No.
Ooh.
The thing with it is like Rangers always seem to do the same thing. They kind of flatter to deceive. They do really well, and I don't want to use the phrase bottle it, but they get to a point where it looks like it's in their hands and it just collapses. It just seems like they don't know what they're doing.
They always start really well, and then they sort of fall off. And the main undoing in the last couple of years has been the winter break.
Yeah, like before the winter break last season, I mean, the cup final against Celtic, it was all Rangers. And then they managed to beat them as well in the league. So it was a sensational collapse in my opinion. But
it'll be interesting to see what the retraction, if that's the right word, of the winter break will do to teams now that we're not having to squeeze 5 or 6 games in a couple of weeks in December and then the same in January.
Yeah.
Whilst I understand why the winter break was brought in, if they're doing the winter break and then squeezing games in at either side, it kind of defeats the point. Like, surely if you're going to do something like a winter break, it would make more sense to extend the season and further into end of May, start of June.
Yeah.
Than
after the winter break this year, the fact I was going down on the Monday to Sunderland to do my courses, and then I would be back up on the Tuesday for the Motherwell game, and then I'd be back down for the Thursday for my next class, and then back up on the Friday so I could go to the Motherwell game on Saturday. It was just that for a solid 5 or 6 weeks non-stop. It was so awful, man. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
The thing is as well, I think they forget that they've done the winter break the last few years, and then it was always immediately after the winter break was when games were cancelled.
So and also the fact that they would bring in straight away, we would start again with the Scottish Cup. That was also a bad move in my opinion, because I'm pretty sure not this time when they had the winter break, because like there was obviously that period when they didn't have the winter break, but the previous time before that when they did, I'm pretty sure Hearts went to Falkirk and got beat like 4-0 because it was like their first game in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And you always get the weirdest results. Like there was always going to be like 1 or 2 lower league or lower teams in the Premiership that would get knocked out by lower league opposition, because the lower league teams are always still fit as a fiddle, playing through all these harsh winter games, and then everyone else is just back, and they just don't know how to take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Aye. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's hilarious when it's no your club that it happens to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Seeing Hearts or such quote-unquote big clubs getting absolutely humbled by lower league teams, and not just by chance, it's genuinely just played off the park. It's hilarious, but it puts teams at a disadvantage because, well, they haven't played, you know?
The thing is as well, you'd always have one team do that, like a Hibs or a Hearts or a team in the top flight, and then you'd have or even Motherwell, but then you'd always have the other teams like the Motherwells and the Hibs and all that. They'd be scraping 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins, and it would be scraping it. So I think it's a kind of, once again, it's if they got the timing right, it would be okay. If they timed it when the weather actually got bad,
in my opinion, if
5
you were
games in the month, and then you've not got like 5 weeks off, and then you come back, and then all the other games are cancelled. They've got to squeeze 8 games in a time period. It's stupid.
Aye.
See, if they were to have a winter break, I think the best time to have it would be probably between the 20th of December to the 2nd of January.
Aye.
Because then you've got Christmas
the players
off.
time at home with their families over Christmas, New Year, and all that.
Yeah.
Even though we love our Boxing Day fixtures, because that's in my opinion the best Christmas.
Oh dear, Jake Hastie's went down already. That's good.
Oh, I took my eye off the game for a bit.
At the period of play there where Aribo went down, I think Kent went down, and now Hastie's down. And Hastie went down. It looked for like nothing, to be fair. Just it didn't look
what
like
minute
much.
yet?
25th.
I'm 24:36, so it's probably just coming now.
Could be coming up now. So it was I think it was Aribo went down, Kent got clattered. I think it looked like to me it's a fair tax, 50-50 ball.
Right.
And then Hastie's down.
Is this the first time Hastie's started a game at Ibrox?
I don't know.
And it's not for Rangers.
I don't know.
Oh, this will be it. Yeah. Nah, that's for nothing.
Yeah, it just
I know.
looks like it just goes down off his
Edmondson just puts his arm across like that.
He's just
and Rudy's just disappeared.
And he's back.
Oh, because it was.
My Wi-Fi just disappeared for a second there. Sorry.
That's fine. Nah, that's never a foul.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, but that's never a free kick. But I've been in that situation many a time myself as a winger.
You'd always shout for it, but you're never going to get it.
Oh yeah, like if I'm in the ground, if I was in the ground, I would be claiming for a free kick there.
If I'm there in the corner at Ibrox, I'm screaming for a free kick and calling him every dirty name under the sun, but it's never a foul. That was a good layoff. Oh, that's a penalty. Oh no, it's not.
What?
Wow, I thought it was a dead cert penalty. The referee's not giving it.
Yeah, you're still a couple of light years ahead of me.
I'm definitely. I thought it was a dead set penalty. It looks like Hadji gets caught and goes down. First look at it, I thought it was, and the referee's not giving it. No, giving it rather. English is
and here come the Scottish refs as usual, patter from certain fans.
Of course, of course. Rangers are wanting that. They're wanting that one penalty a week. They get.
Certainly try.
I've missed the penalty to Rangers tweets, to be fair. So.
Oh yeah, we've got to have them back.
Again.
I don't know.
There's contact. Definite contact in the back of him there.
Let's see.
I can see that. I could see
Oh,
that
that's a
being given.
penalty.
I could see that being
That
given,
that is.
100%.
If that was a competitive game, I'm sure that would have been a penalty.
Again, if that was a Motherwell player going down in the box, I'd be screaming for it. So I can.
Uh-huh.
I've seen them given 100%. I think it's a pen.
Yeah, I think that's a penalty.
100%.
Did you get a replay of that? Aye.
I got the replay.
I would
It
hope
looks
not.
like he kicks him at the back of the legs, takes him out.
Good and bad.
Yeah. Shame we don't get them in the season right enough. Using all our good luck in the bloody friendly and we're 2-0 down. Can we not save it for when we're 1-0 up at Ibrox?
You can just tell that we've been miles off the pace here.
Aye.
Rangers are so much more organised.
See, we've had periods of good play, but when they come at us, it just looks like...
We're just panicking.
Yeah, it looks like panic stations.
Yeah. I mean, we're sort of playing hot potato with the ball.
Doesn't it help when Jake Hastie can't control the ball, but I'll let that go.
I mean, it's still early pre-season, so I'm not too bothered, but I'm just it is a worry.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. We only started contact training a couple of weeks ago, so
yeah.
And the boys have had 3 months off. You're gonna take that extra couple of minutes to get your touch, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, it's pre-season, it's a friendly, but it's also a good indication to see where you're at with fellow teams in the league. And with the league,
doesn't it also help that
2 weeks?
What do you think about having a friendly with Celtic next the weekend as well? What do you think of that?
It's a glutton for punishment, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I was about to say it'll be another good test for us, but then I actually woke up and realised that that's probably not what it'll actually be.
It really isn't.
Nice.
Yeah.
In my opinion, when if I were a football manager, I would want to say, right, we'll have a first game against a team that we can, I fully believe we can beat and compete with, and make it a winnable fixture, and then the 2 games in the middle, you make them the tests.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finish your pre-season on a high with maybe a sort of slightly easier fixture, and then you've got the win, and then you're going into your first competitive game full of confidence that you're actually going to go and get the 3 points. But Celtic and Rangers as friendlies, it's just asking for trouble, isn't it?
Are we not playing Hamilton in a friendly as well?
Are we?
I've heard that somewhere. Playing Accies and Celtic in a friendly, apparently. And on that bombshell, I'm going to grab another refreshment. I shall return.
I'm going to grab my third can, Here we go.
Right. Another slightly more loaded question for you. If
here we go.
COVID hadn't happened, right? COVID's not a thing, and the league can continue as normal. What do you think the league would have turned out as?
Honest opinion, I think it would be us in 4th.
Yeah.
Aberdeen in 3rd. And Livingston would have held on to 5th.
Aye. I was thinking that myself. Like, the game against Aberdeen the day after lockdown, or the game against Aberdeen
the day lockdown started, basically.
Aye.
Yeah.
That was the decider for 3rd and 4th in the league.
Oh, absolutely.
The outcome of that game would have decided who was where.
I mean, we still had 2 fixtures against Aberdeen.
Aye.
I reckon we'd have won 1 and Aberdeen would have won 1. But I think the fixtures were more favourable for us, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
I think. But at the same time, it was because I think Aberdeen still had to play Celtic twice.
Aye. We had an easier run-in, if I'm remembering right, but it's...
But we were so I don't know how to say it, but I mean, we went 8 games without a win, and then we finished off with a 4-1 win against Ross County and a 1 each draw with Hearts, and we should have beaten Hearts that day.
Aye.
So it is always a funny one, but you've always got the whataboutery and what if this happened? What if that happened? Yeah, it's all a what if. But what the reality was Motherwell finished third, so you've got to live with that. And you know, as we've had in the past, like for example, that day that Craig Reid scored that winning goal against Aberdeen.
The feast day of St. Craig Reid.
Aberdeen's sort of revenge was they got further in Europe than we did. And I think that might actually happen again this year.
Aye. I mean, it's Adam's just put in. I mean, Rangers went mathematically for second.
No, they weren't. They weren't. So it's a really good point. I mean, I think we had more chance to finish in second than Rangers had finished in first.
Aye. I mean,
you've let
to be fair, that was only because mathematically Celtic were champions by that point.
Yes.
I'm going to chuck my light on and get a bit dark in here.
It's darker than a sense of humour in there.
I think we'd have. I think you're right. To be fair, Goggs, I think we would have finished fourth. I think we would have finished fourth.
Aye.
Because
the way we were playing at the time wasn't.
Our main issue was the fact that I'd like to say we didn't replace James Scott because we got Rolando Aarons in, which was a fantastic signing. But he won one game in the time that he played for Motherwell. Just think of it that way.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Whereas James Scott, we had an outball. He had the height. He could basically do it all. And
he had pace, power. He was good. He was solid.
He was silky.
Absolutely solid. Whereas Aarons was just pace and skill.
Yeah. Which I'm really happy with. And I mean, if you asked me if I wanted to sign Rolando Aarons again for this season, I would have loved him to.
Oh, aye.
100%.
Because I think he's a great player, and we'd had a great season with him in the team. But I just think we were not good enough in the second, well, not really second half, but sort of the final third of the season that was played. We just weren't good enough, and I think we just got a bit too big for our heads got too big for our shoulders.
We rested on a lot of it.
Yeah, especially after we beat Aberdeen at Pittodrie. But apart from that, I mean, what happened, and some minor miracle, we actually finished third.
Aye.
Just
I mean, we've been punching above our weight for years. We always have.
That's what everyone says. Come on. But what everyone is afraid to admit is we are an SPFL heavyweight. you said yourself, Rooney, over the last 10 years, we are the third best team in this country.
Aye. I mean, we are the definition of a big team, having not been relegated in 400 years.
Oh, God. You need to fall to save you, though. Here it comes.
Oh, yeah. We've been saved a couple
yourself
of times.
On, go.
Have I just seen Jake Hasty nutmeg someone?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was actual good wing play from Hasty there, but it's just a shame Jordan White was about outside the stadium. He was that far offside.
He put it wide, didn't he?
Aye.
Oh, that's a shame.
We're still trying to rectify our lack of stream here. So I'm literally just feeding off what I have and then trying to come up with some questions every so often.
It's all right. You've not missed anything.
Aye, that's good to see. No more goals yet, is there?
No, not yet.
Not according to Twitter. That's always useful.
Well, then again, Motherwell Twitter just updates you every 54 minutes anyway.
Time shot there from, was that Hadji? Aye. Time shot from Hadji.
Yeah, I'm miles behind.
Aye. It's not just us that are having errors, by the way. Be glad you have Premier Sports, Mark.
Yeah, I think I might actually pay for it next time.
It
course
was,
it does.
it was an emergency running. Skint, so no
Aye.
season ticket, so no
Yeah,
stream. I was just panic. I was like, I need to watch this.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to reload up my YouTube, but it just keeps going back to Tinder for some reason.
Why would you tell
Aye.
everyone that?
Because I'm bored, man.
There's nothing.
I'm bored watching this game.
aye.
But well, there we go again. Rangers tried to play from the back. Poor kick from McLaughlin, and we snuffed it. There we go.
See, if this game was at Far Park, it'd be a lot closer. Just saying. Play that. Play the
fans make a difference,
the-
aye.
Fans make a difference.
The cardboard cutouts make a right difference.
Aye.
Come counting with his dog.
Did you submit a cardboard cutout?
I was tempted, but I've already got
wasn't
my own
tempted.
cardboard cutout of me.
Do you know? Yeah, that's what put me off it. Them saying you can then get it when fans are allowed back. Who wants a cardboard cutout of themselves? Come on.
I know.
I mean, you make a brilliant background for your videos, Goggsy.
Oh, I would actually. Get my good side, you know.
The
Instead
thing
of
that the
this
world
plain
needs,
blue
another
wall.
Goggsy 99. You know what you should do, though? If you were to
What
submit
else?
it, it'd have to be that photo of you greeting at Ibrox.
No.
Ah!
Either that or
Every time Motherwell concede, it would just the cameras would just
Just
flash
zoom in
up to
on
that, zoom in on that photo.
Oh no! Oh, we've started with that part already. Get Bin Laden in the stands again.
Is that a oh dearie me? That is being mentioned on my YouTube channel. Fantastic.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Just a message to the FBI, a wee disclaimer that I am not a political figure at all. So
aye.
Heads up to the guy.
Aye, there was,
who's an FBI
so-
agent. No.
if you come knocking on my door, I'll be hiding better than Bin Laden. But
Jesus.
Oofed. Aye.
That is the height.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody was it St Mirren? I think it was St Mirren had Harold Shipman in the crowd. It might have been. I can't remember.
Sure, I saw one in Australia where they had Hitler.
Oh yeah, they had that. I mean,
Hitler and Mussolini.
surely someone's gonna clock on and say, looking at the order process, be like, that is not okay.
Like,
Surely someone's gonna clock on.
Aye.
Like, surely
Well, to be fair, they might be
Hold on.
thinking it's a real person and being like, I didn't want to say no just because you look a bit like Harold Shipman.
Someone print out a photo of Hitler going, that's a good one.
Yes, he was my great grandfather.
What? Jesus God.
Aye. Yeah, Mark, where are you finding a stream for the match, by the way? Because I'm trying to get one up, and what or
Mark's watching Premier Sport, as in the TV channel.
oh wait, no, sorry, Peplo. Sorry, what Mark does, but I'm not. I was trying
other
to
Mark.
not give him a shout out.
Yeah,
Aye, Peplo. Leeds apparently have Saville and the lot in the stands.
Brentford losing 1-0 at home to Barnsley. Well, that's a
Oh,
shaker for my
his
country.
goal apparently have it.
Really?
I do not condone this. Oh,
What? What
nothing.
are you chatting?
Nothing was said. It's fine. It's on your stream. Cheers, Peplo.
Alright.
And I don't have a YouTube, so I can say whatever.
You get off scot free, but when it comes to me, I'm just gonna be like, sort of got to watch for what people say, especially when drinks in your hands.
Aye. Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to get it up?
Since this second Rangers goal has been awfully kind of
Shite.
yeah.
That's
There's
probably
been
what
lots of
Steven
chances.
Gerrard said. Just get a couple of goals and just finish the game off early, so there's not really too much to worry about.
But I'm wondering if Rob will make any because the first game against Dundee United, we played 2 different teams each half.
Aye.
The last
Aye.
game against Kelly, we made the odd change here or there. Our bench looks quite strong, so we could
Actually,
make a
yeah,
full
Philly,
team
you're-
change.
Phone. Yeah.
Declan Gallagher had a knock, didn't he?
He's on the
Oh,
bench.
that's just an advert. How do
Aye.
you have 40 tabs open?
Because I went to go back and
Be careful what tabs what, Rudy.
My dad has more tabs
no.
open on Chrome than I have subscribers.
Oh yeah, everyone go subscribe to Rudy. I'm sure he'll want to.
Yeah, I've now put it as my name on the stream that way.
Yeah, Rudy Whiteforest. The name behind, the reason behind his name is basically Whiteforest is opposite to his surname. So if you want to work that out, then be my guest. I mean, it's
I might
probably
do a giveaway if I get to 100. Hey!
100.
Hey! We're in!
I think you're a bit too forgiving here. I mean,
Same.
celebrating that you're watching us getting beat by Rangers. It's not really something to brag about.
He must have missed us after.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is
Aha.
great from Rangers. Oh, that's a brilliant
We're in.
goal.
Right, okay.
Is it 3?
That third goal was fantastic football.
Ah,
What number are you on?
44.
Okay, we're on 43-26-ish.
You're about to see
you're in
some-
for a shite surprise.
You're in for a good goal from Aribo, I'll tell you that much.
Unfortunately, it's not an own goal.
Whose idea was this?
put it over there.
Aye, please. Sum up.
That is some unreal footwork, by the way. Unreal footwork.
Right, we can put it there. Mind? Can you hear it? See it? There we go. You squeeze it.
That was honestly some finish.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
See,
Yep. I told you. That is an unreal, like,
That is
to be fair, he's got a good
fantastic.
3 deflections there.
You can't
that,
take it.
you're-
I mean, I'll
that's when
take
you're
my claret and
100%
amber
mark.
tinted specs off, but it's good football in the build-up. But the boy's a bit falling over, and the ball comes back to his left foot.
Can I be the cynical prick here and say the fact that no one's actually properly putting a tackle?
Nah,
I was just about to
that's
say
what my
that's when
dad's
you want
just
your
said. There's
centre back to send
no
them 10 foot
challenges
in
put
the air.
in at all.
Like,
That's
the
when you're
only
Declan
person-
Gallagher flattens them.
Yeah, the only person that's made any attempt to go for the ball is Ricky Lamy in that wee segment there. You've
Aye.
got Liam Donnelly
No.
look just jumping like a fanny before the ball goes past him, and
Aye.
then
Still though, like the way he controls the ball, it is really good. Really good close
Oh,
control.
well.
And Joe Aribo's always been
Well, champions were playing. They won a tournament in Japan.
Aye. They have 5 stars in their kit for the Petrofac Cup, the Animal Wafer Cup, some tournament in France.
The Euro Cup winners' cup back in 1837.
When they won. Also, we mentioned that Rangers will be going for their first title this year.
Aye,
Oh, wait, yeah,
that
League
is
2. Forgot about League 2.
that is our motto. If you can't beat Rangers or Celtic, just wind them up. That's fine. It's not like I'm going to get.
I don't know what you're on about. I can't see anything that would wind them up.
I'm just here for
Honestly.
the dislikes, mate.
It gives you the same amount of joy as if you beat them when someone bites. It's just like
True.
Oh, aye.
The satisfaction of a small club.
Oh, aye.
see after the game against
Oh.
Silverstone.
I like that, Adam.
I'm like,
Thankfully, that's the end of transmission for the first half.
Hey. Right, so what we doing now?
Can we go home?
Are we going to do what everyone else does and just sit on our phones for 15 minutes?
Oh yeah, check your half-time ACA, you know.
Oh, we've got a bite, boys. Oh,
Have we?
Rudy, you're up. One was one spelt wrongly. When was the last
What?
time Motherwell won something? It was 1991. I can't remember what date in May. She wore a claret and amber ribbon. It was quite
18th of
delightful.
May. 18th of May. How do you not
18th of
remember
May.
this? It should be ingrained
wasn't
into your
born, mate.
skull. Your dad is a die-hard Motherwell fan.
To be
How
fair,
do
he's
you
just
not
been
remember
shouting
the
18th
date?
month. Yeah. Aye. He's got some stories for that game, by the way. The build-up, the game, and afterwards. Airdrie are better than
Oh,
Motherwell.
Yeah, that's good. Ruben.
Cool!
Is
I mean,
that
we
the
could-
standard of slagging we're getting now? The fact that
we could-
Airdrie, a part-time team, better than Motherwell?
We could chuck back that Airdrie have also died, so they're not the
Yeah.
same anymore. But
That's something that them and Rangers have in common.
Airdrie and Rangers, brothers in arms.
Aye.
oh God,
I'm trying to
you're
shake
like-
my own
your
hand here.
like
That's
dislike
not.
ratio is going to get awful, mate. oh God.
Absolutely.
Subs are
Can I
dropping
remember when Eros Grezda scored against us? Who the hell is
Yes.
Eros Grezda?
Yes, I can, and I hated
He
it.
scored
I hated
twice
every
in the
second of it.
Rangers will stop 10 in a row.
Eros Grezda was that guy that was going to be the next
Aye, I
best
can
thing and
get
then
this
never
spelled
got played.
right.
Eros Grezda was one of those boys that a standard Old Firm player that was awful, but always scored against Motherwell.
Aye.
No, he's a standard Old Firm player that played well against them and then got signed by them because he was like, oh, he's actually really good. But no, he played one good game against Rangers and then he's like, oh, now I've made it. I've signed for Rangers and I'm just going to sit back and relax and I'm a squad player. And then he's just shite. And he
Did
still
he
scored
really?
against Motherwell.
Who did he play? Who did he play for before Rangers? I genuinely
I
can't.
think it was Osijek in Croatia.
Aye, aye.
The same team Barisic played for before. See, he's actually done well for
Aye.
Rangers.
Right, I've got a couple of questions for you boys.
Go on.
One from the
Here we go.
football. Oh, jeez, the football pro pundit. Do you think
Good
that
vi-
the virtual season ticket is the right thing to do?
Yeah.
It's the only thing to do at this stage, in my
Aye,
opinion.
I mean that's pretty much bog standard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fans are willing to put their money in when there's no guarantee of a product. It's I think the
Aye.
very least that can be done.
The one thing I will say as well is I've loved the response from Motherwell towards or from Motherwell fans with regards to getting refunds, etc., from games that weren't
Yes.
played,
That has been
and the
great.
fact that most have just been like, "Yep, keep my money. You're my club. I'm giving you it anyway." So
I think though that says a lot. I think most clubs have been the same. So once again,
Aye.
I think
Yeah.
that's a good shout for. I've not seen much about the England club statistics or whatever they're doing, but Scottish clubs. That's one thing you can never say about Scottish football fans, man. They care about their club and they're willing to do that.
Oh, aye.
So that's a big
I mean,
thumbs up from everyone. To be fair, like
yeah, I think even now it's still the most watched league per capita in Europe, which
Yeah,
it
is
is.
mental.
It's been like that for years.
Aye. It's just what
I mean, it does
people
help
do.
the fact that we've only got a capita of what 5 to 6
5
million in the country.
well, we've got a
but
population of 6 million, give or take. It's probably up,
Yeah.
but aye. I mean, well, there's more folk live in London than there are live in Scotland. Just for a bit of
yeah,
exactly.
context.
aye. Next one is, what was your favourite Motherwell game? From Jamie Reid.
Standard question. I like changing my answer whenever I get asked this because I always want to go for something different.
Aye, there's
There's so
My-
many
my
good
top-
memories.
My most common answer is beating Rangers at Hampden because I mean
Mhm.
that was the first time we beat Rangers in a cup competition in about 50 years, and also the fact that it was at Hampden made it special, and Louis
Aye.
Mott's goal.
So for
Oh,
for
that
like
was
for pure like, oh my god, I can't believe we've done it. Beating them at Hampden in the semi-final was definitely.
oh aye.
But as
Aye.
just watching a game of football, the 6-6 against Hibs, man, like that was
Yeah, I was pretty good.
surreal.
Aye. He
Surreal.
left it 4-1.
Oh no!
Can't get any better.
Oh no!
It
Aye,
wasn't even half time.
Oh no!
aye. It's
You know,
aye,
fun
it's-
story for you, right? I
Oh,
went with a
CJ's
pal
in
from
the
school.
stream, Gogs.
Is
Oh,
it?
see, my mate.
Aye.
My mate. Oh,
I don't know if he'll admit to that. Oh, you're your friend.
No, the Hibs 6-6. I took a pal with me because it was if you had a season
Hi,
ticket, you could take a
CJ.
mate for a quid. And my pal that I took was a Hibs fan.
Aye.
So when they were like
That's-
6-2 up, he was nudging me and slagging me off. When we scored the 6th goal, I'm fairly certain I was going ballistic, and he was the
Aye.
only Motherwell fan sat. in the
At the
stand.
risk, at the risk of becoming completely obsessed, I did really enjoy the playoff games as well. But
All right.
we won't talk too much about it because I've already uploaded one video about the playoffs today. So, which you can also check in my channel. So
I would watch that. I missed the playoff game because I had work and I couldn't get out of it. I was absolutely gutted.
I couldn't make the away leg, but I made the home leg, and
same. I had school the next day, so my mom was like, "No, you're not going."
Aye, I was sat probably about the halfway line at the east stand, and it was me. I was there with my granny. My dad was ill, so he couldn't come. It was me, my granny. My granny goes to the Bob. She's an absolute dafty.
Who's this randomer speaking on the Premier Sports right now?
I don't know.
I've never seen him in a buff.
I've got it muted, so
the guy that's speaking on this.
I don't know who it is.
Oh yeah, sorry. That is incidental inclusion. We'll put that in as incidental inclusion.
Aye. What was I going to say? So it was me and my granny literally surrounded. I think pretty much on all sides. A seat that wasn't a season ticket holder seat was filled with a Rangers fan. Plus 2 Helicopter Sunday in 2005.
Yeah.
And our first goal went in. Marvin Johnson, Cammy Bell's having a swing at thin air. You all know it. Far Park twisting, shouting, shaking.
As Motherwell accelerate away from Rangers.
All these boys, like, they've got the Rangers rings on, their heads in their hands, and we're just going absolutely daft. And it's it's just always going to live long in the memories. Speaking of as well, Helicopter Sunday in 2005 was a brilliant game.
That's one of my earliest memories as a football fan is that game, man.
Aye.
I don't actually.
The guy next to me jumped up like that and punched me in the side of the jaw, and I was 9. So I was 9 years old getting decked, but well worth it, man.
I don't actually remember anything from Helicopter Sunday. Like I never even watched it when it was on because my first game was in February 2005. Got beat by Dundee 2-1 at Dens, and then I didn't go to another match until it was like September 2006. It was at Tannadice. We drew 1 each. Callum Elliott scored. And then I went to the next game the next week when we beat Kilmarnock 5-0 at Fir Park. That was my debut at Fir Park. So sort of holding that in my memories.
I don't know why. I feel like my first game at Fir Park, I feel like we beat Cali Thistle. I'm sure it was Cali Thistle. And I want to say it was like 6-3 or something. But I don't...
6-3?
It wasn't that. But I have a vague memory of 6-3 on the scoreboard. But I know it was Cali Thistle in my first game. I'm 100% it was Cali Thistle.
I don't know if we've ever scored 6 against Cali.
I don't think we have either, but I just have that weird, stupid memory of 6 on the scoreboard.
Aye. See,
we definitely scored 5 against them.
It might have been 5. I was really young at the time. Like I can't remember how old I was.
We did beat 5-1 up in Inverness, but I'm assuming it was at Fir Park.
It was at Fir Park, yeah.
Oh no, we're getting political now. Apparently, the boys just put. How do you feel about the whole Black Lives Matter thing?
Yeah, we try and
skip over
it. Skip it because we don't. We try not to. This is a football channel, and if you want to get political, then I try not. I try sit in the fence with everything because I've got no interest in politics.
Aye, makes sense. Also, Jay, adding a wee graphic for the scoreline. You forget you're dealing with Goggsy and technology. The boys get a phone for about 1943.
Excuse me.
You have to wind it up before you use it. I don't think we're right there yet.
I just got my new iPhone yesterday, alright? It's my first ever iPhone, so...
My new iPhone.
Flexing.
What model is it?
What's that?
It's the SE.
That one? Why that one?
Maybe it'd be like iPhone 3.
Alright.
Although I did have to make it known my disgruntledness for the fact that there's no actual audio headphone jack, but...
Yeah, I think most phones are like that now.
Aye, Adam, Goggsy with an iPhone.
Aye, me with an iPhone.
In a
I'm like the
universe.
biggest technophobe of my age, and
I don't understand how you can run a YouTube channel and be a technophobe.
I know it's strange. Like,
have you got a hamster for running the wheel for your lecky in the background? Like,
oh, absolutely. And I think it's on its 7th life now. So,
Mark, you are remembering that Goggles lives in Fife. They have yet to discover fire.
correct.
Got a point.
So,
Here. Got a point.
I'm just in this wee bubble in Fife that actually has internet. It's just not very good. That was the sort of running gag on the SPFL show for 2 years. So,
it's to be fair, I've tried to play in FIFA. It's like watching a bloody photo show or something. I don't know. You get about one frame every 4 minutes. Slideshow.
Do you want to mention any of the scores when I've played you?
Oh, totally. The boy was beating me 6-0 by half time. He's ridiculously, weirdly good at FIFA.
I'm not. I really. You think
you're
that's
saying
good?
this to people who have definitely watched Tony's stream with Goggs on it, right?
You think? I'm flattered that you think I'm good at FIFA. I'll just say that.
I would hope you're good at it.
You're not wrong there.
CJ's asking us, what do you say about Aribo's goal then?
The boy's tripping over and yet the ball's still sticking to his feet. So
that's Rory's
take. It's a decent finish, but hey,
I take solid.
From an attacking point of view, if you're the attacking team in that scenario, you're gonna say that is a fantastic goal. But defensively, on the flip side, it is one of the worst goals he can concede because he's travelled from the corner of the box all the way in without any sort of challenge. You've got Liam Donnelly basically being a sort of freeze frame in front of him, and he's just run right past him. And he played a couple of 1-2s, which is all right. Yeah, fair enough. That's good play. But you've got no defensive play. The only ones that's making actually an effort is Ricky Lamy. And that's it.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Right, come on, get a second half over and done with. Can we play it on like 5 times the speed?
So you can catch up to me.
Yeah, that'd be great. Cheers, Lewis. Thanks for saying you love the vids. It means a lot when
we all become Motherwell fans from Kirk Sharp.
Oh God.
Sorry?
How did we all become Motherwell fans?
Who wants to go first?
I'll let you guys
I think mine's is the easiest.
The guy that's sitting right next to you.
Aye. On his side of the family, if we threw that way. So it's I went to my first Motherwell game at 18 months old, and I think that was it. I wasn't getting to do anything else. I had a spell because I played for Falkirk, which is where I'm from. So I had a spell where I them. Aye.
Really? Yeah.
Aye. I've got Russell Latapy on speed dial.
That'd be so much better if you delivered it to perfection. But fair
my
enough.
delivery's as good as my channel, Goggsy. For a fact that ain't gonna happen.
You would not be a good postman.
Oh, for God's sake. Aye, but I went to my first Motherwell game at 18 months old. It was a 2-0 win away to Clyde, circa this winter 2000. Scottish Cup draw.
Right, so it'll be the third round of the Scottish Cup, yeah.
Aye. I slept through the whole thing.
That'd have been days of like Roberto Martinez, Kevin Waddle, that sort of era. Carl Reddy.
I've been wanting to track down one of the 98-99 kits because it was my first kit when I was growing up. And I think I wore it for about 10 years because that's how little I grew.
And now you're like the height of the Empire State Building.
You see me like King Kong swatting at aeroplanes. Anyway, stop talking like you.
In the form of a giraffe, though. King Kong the giraffe.
Instead of Mark, he's just swinging his neck.
Yeah. Mark, how did you become a Motherwell fan?
So, I'm from Edinburgh. Funnily enough, I grew up right next door to Tynecastle. My dad grew up in London, so his team was Arsenal. So I never really watched Scottish football until I went to my very first game, which was Motherwell Inverness. All my family are from Motherwell, so I used to go through all the time to see them. And one day my cousin just went, "Do you want to go to football?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And that was that. Pretty straightforward. That was the first team I went to see, so that's who I support. That's pretty much it. Eh?
Respect that. And for me, I also blame my father for supporting this team. Yeah, my dad was very obsessed with Motherwell and basically the same way I am from very very little age, and like he would always like record old Motherwell games that were on telly, and he would wait until I was a wee bit older, and then he would just be like, "Yeah, come watch the game with me. It's on today," and it was like an old recording. I think the first game I ever watched was Motherwell v Hearts. It was a game we were drawing 1 each and scored in the 95th minute to win the game 2-1. And my dad obviously knew the result and he'd pre-recorded the game, and and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing! This is the greatest team ever! It's Motherwell 2, Hearts 1."
I love it.
But yeah, that's like it started from there, and then that's like a story I've never actually told anyone, and it just snowballed from there, and then I went to my first game at Dundee, which I've said a few times, but I sort of went to sort of try and impress my dad because I thought, well, me and my dad will get on better if we support the same team, and then I thought, nah, I just didn't like that much. And then I waited. My dad waited till he asked me again when he thought I was ready to go to a football match. And then it was the game we drew with Dundee United 1 each. Callum Elliott scored to make it 1-0, and I was loving it. It was great. I had a few packs of sweets, so I was sorted for the game. and then we conceded late on, I think, and yeah, it was pretty much only the games in this area of the country that I went to.
His arm into him and then collapses.
Aye. Sorry,
But,
I've not really been paying attention to you, Goggsy, because we finally managed to get the game up.
You can watch it and play back later. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We've got another question here. Who's your favourite Motherwell player ever?
James McFadden. No
Faddy.
question. Faddy.
Does it have to be who we've seen play for Motherwell or just in general?
I don't
You
think so.
could do both. Do both if you want.
You can do both.
Seen playing for Motherwell, Faddy, like easy as you like, possibly the most gifted player to ever come through our gates.
We've got a corner.
You are really far behind.
That I've ever seen play in Motherwell colours, not necessarily live. Davy Cooper.
Oh, Coop was the best.
I grew up on my granny.
Everyone watching this stream will agree.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I was possibly maybe 3 or 4, possibly slightly older. My granny gave this old video. It was Super Cooper, the Davy Cooper story.
I've got that.
And I watched it until I literally blew out the video. I could still quote it back to you word for word even now. It's just some of the highlights of him playing. It's
he was phenomenal.
Genius.
You know the story behind that signing, Super Cooper? Tommy McLean was at a meeting with someone that was on the Rangers board, I'm pretty sure, and he was like, he told Tommy McLean, look, Davy Cooper's not really getting much game time, and so Tommy McLean goes to whoever's the chairman at the time for Motherwell, and he says to him, I need 50 grand up front right now, and then I'll tell you who we can sign. And the chairman says, we don't have 50 grand at all. Like we don't have any money to spend it on any player, because 50 grand back then was like 500k now. Right. And then Tommy McLean then said, like, this is Davy Cooper we're talking about. And then the chairman goes and says, right, I'm getting that 50k.
Aye. It's
one of the many stories I've heard in my time.
I mean, I know we all know for a fact that Cooper wasn't wanting to move for Rangers. He was a die-hard Rangers fan, but the fact as well remained that he just wanted to play. He just wanted to play football. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't want to
Absolutely.
swan about or anything. And I think there's a lot to be said for a man that will leave the club he loves just to play. He loves the sport more than any club, and the fact that he then got so many years out of Motherwell, another Cup Winners' Medal and a Scotland recall, just shows how high class he is.
100%. Every clip I've seen of him, I'm like in awe of how in control of the ball he is and how good he is.
There we go.
Oh,
People,
Gogsy's worked out how to work technology.
I've worked out how to add a banner. That's fine. There you go, Trips.
I don't know what my answer would be to like who my favourite player is. To be honest, Faddy's up. My first ever favourite was Richie Foran for reasons unknown to me.
That just jumped a bit.
Forward or back?
I don't know.
Liam Donnelly just missed a sitter.
He missed an absolute sitter.
Oh my God! Right, the keeper.
Yep.
Wait, what minute are you on?
52nd.
Okay.
But there we go. I've worked out how to do a banner, so we've got the live score. It's not really something I'm wanting to look at, but it's there for the viewers that are watching right now.
Aye.
No, Donnelly tackles. I think it's Davis halfway line, close to the halfway line. Good tackle, gets up, sitter.
So you sucked the defender in. You play it sideways.
I'll tell you what though, this looks like a better half from us.
Paul Quinn's another very, very good player, Adam. Aye.
Donnelly's going to get booked at this rate.
I'll tell you what,
good
going for common cuffs, I'll try and touch every bit of wood I can find. Seem to be playing better this half.
Yeah, we seem to have started a bit brighter. But that might be because Rangers have sort of taken the foot off the gas.
I don't know where you put it.
It should be on over there somewhere.
We fact for you there, Adam. Paul Quinn gave Richie Foran a shirt to get signed for me. So there you go. Paul Quinn's a good lad.
Paul Quinn he was great. I hated him when he played against us when he came back up to Scotland, but it must be said he was one of my favourite players when I was like my first couple of seasons at Motherwell.
He was solid. Paul solid.
I have to say as well, underrated. Willie Kinneborough was always a favourite of mine. Just because he had a funny name. Yep. He had a really funny
Willie
name.
Kinneborough, what a player he was.
He was a good guy.
He was a great guy.
Aye.
Solid player as well.
But I must say, I'm trying to remember some of the players that in my first season in 06-07. I think one player that sticks out for me is Kevin McBride. He was pretty underrated as well, I thought.
Aye. I always thought, this is jumping forward a wee bit, Stephen Hughes when he was at us.
Oh, aye.
Yes.
I thought he was underrated. Because he
also works because he played for Rangers as well.
I know, I'm just trying to get on side with everyone now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really love that Nicky Law as well. He was brilliant.
We do not speak of that name on this channel.
We do not speak of him.
Nicky Law.
We do not speak of him.
I'll tell you what, though.
Unforgivable.
Quite possibly the best player to ever grace Motherwell. Esteban Casagolda.
Oh, here we go. We had this chat in the group chat earlier.
Aye.
Not speaking
I've met him.
My granny used to call him Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Brilliant.
Esmeralda. My cousin always called him Casagugu. Because she couldn't be bothered saying his name properly because he was that mint.
See, I might have this here. The day I was mascot, right? I don't know if you remember this game.
I've never heard that before.
I Shut up, Dick. But I don't know if you remember this game. It was the game we got beat 3-2 by Hibs. It was and then we played Odense on the following Thursday.
Aye.
We should have had about 4 or 5 penalties that game.
Mm.
Where have I heard that before?
In this photo, right, I'm standing in front of Craggs, and to my left is Chris Hogg picking his nose.
Oh, nah. Flash that at the camera right now.
What a memory. What a memory.
I know, what a memory. What a memory. I mean, I'm just flicking through my old secret box right here. I found the currency of the Cook Islands. I just don't know what's happening here.
I think we still have some currency left over from Romania.
I mean, this is supposed to be a live stream of us commentating or reacting to the Motherwell game, but
well, it shows you how bad we've been that we just can't follow it.
This is just a Maverick version of Gillette Soccer Saturday.
All we need is some terrible patter, and then one of us is Charlie Nichols.
Oh, no, well, Rudy's got that in spades.
That's fair enough, aye.
Says the boy with 21 quid worth of fines.
He's got a point. He's got a point, you know.
I just try too hard, alright?
Yeah, and that's what's brought you down a lot of the time.
Absolutely, man.
What's happening in the game? Rangers are passing it a bit in the back.
Yeah.
Or at least
It's
that's
sort
what
of,
it means.
see when you're on Sky Bet, and it tells you what's happening in the game. It's like Rangers safe possession.
Mm.
Well, you guys are miles behind. I'll tell you what's going on. Jordan White's coming off. Tony Watt's coming on.
Hey, Tony!
And every time Jake Hastie gets the ball, Edmondson's straight at him.
The ball at the park at the other end of the park. There's a ball there at Katie Shire, and they could just take it as opposed to kicking it on the park.
Aye.
That's the
Rangers
difference between
making-
Rangers and us.
Rangers making 2 changes just now, or are they making 2 now?
Like the Ackies where they've only got 1 ball.
Or 3?
So they could afford.
If Ryan Kent's off, Defoe's on, Jamie Murphy's on as well.
I see what you mean about Edmondson. He is like down like a ton of bricks on Jake Hastie.
Every time he gets the ball.
Just sort of there.
Konami, aye.
Dog's opinion says
Artificial crowd noise.
I want to say so do I, but yeah. So, as long as Jamie Murphy doesn't score against us, I'm quite happy.
Mate, he's done it before, so I'm
interested.
I mean,
How far that to the back?
Jermaine Hilton.
Aye, they got that like 5 minutes ago.
Come on.
We've only just Edmondson going in and half.
Oh my god!
Again.
You're further behind than I am.
Oh my god!
Comes away from me, just pop it in the back.
Aye, he wins the ball, but he's
honestly, man, I feel like I can't say
what's happened.
I can't say what I want to say because I'll get cancelled. But see, watching Motherwell try to put the ball in the net, it's painful. It's painful.
And something's happened at Ibrox Park. We go through to Mark.
Motherwell can't put the ball in the net. That's what's happened. Liam Donnelly had about 10 years to shoot and didn't shoot. And when he did...
Right, how about this one? We couldn't score in a barrel of fannies. There you go.
That's the one. That's the one.
Right.
That is the one.
I'm
unsure what I'm allowed to say, so we'll go with that. Donnelly hits it, it's blocked straight at the keeper. Tony Watt flicks it, keeper saves it, great save, rolls to Jake Hastie, he's got a tap in and he mishits it. And I just,
Aye. Ronnie, wait, Barker. Brandon Barker. Any relation to Chuba?
Oh God, no.
Oh, no.
What was
that?
Goggsy?
That's £5.
That's honking.
Yeah, I've just seen that chat. So that is awful.
Yeah, but that save from McLaughlin, that's a fantastic save.
Jake Hastie doesn't want to score against his parent club. It's obvious. It's fine.
I know, eh?
But
Agent Hastie.
the fact Donnelly takes about 17 touches in the box.
I know, just hit it the first time.
That amount of time. Just hit it first time. It doesn't matter. It's a friendly. Just go for it. Just score.
This is quite genuinely that Sunday League meme of out, get it out.
Yeah. But
Have
look,
it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. And it's blocked to Turnbull. I thought it was Watt, but it's Turnbull. Then Hasty trips over the ball. Turnbull finally hits it, and it's blocked. But that save from McLaughlin, though, was what a save it was.
Did you see
Point
that
blank.
that cross by Hilton though? On the outside of the right foot. Oh,
Great goal. I'm not going to lie to you, though. As soon as he crossed with the outside of his right foot, my brain was, use your left foot, mate. Stop being so one-footed. And then he pulled a great cross out, so...
No Motherwell player has a right to be able to use the outside of the right foot like that.
Too right.
He's far too good for us if he can do that.
Jamie Murphy totally not cutting in on his left foot because he doesn't have one.
Jermaine Hilton going down the outside on his left, not happening because he doesn't have a left foot.
It's nice to see some things never change.
What? I don't understand what Donnelly's doing. I don't understand what Liam Donnelly's doing. Oh, that's a triple save from McLaughlin, actually. I thought it was blocked. It looks like he's.
Oh my god, that's great goal. But let's be honest here. It's all right for Donnelly to take one touch and shoot, but
100%.
to have multiple touches.
Aye. Just
he's waiting on an invite.
You fizz it low there. It's hitting off. I don't know how many bodies. It could literally go anywhere.
See watching this though. See watching Brandon Barker run at players. I feel like I'm watching Hibs from like a year ago because all he does is run at players. Gallagher goes for a tackle. He jumps over and then goes down. If there's contact, it's slight. He gets a free kick. That's exactly what he did at Hibs.
Yeah.
And it works every time. Martin Boyle,
Brandon Barker and Martin Boyle.
How much from Arfield?
They do the same
thing.
3 months behind.
I don't want to sound like I'm bitter, but
oh no.
Sometimes there is contact. If there's contact there, trying to be fair and unbiased here, but
right. Another slightly okay. Phil given for nothing. Another opinion for you. Runoffs at football grounds, a la Hampden or Ibrox.
Runoffs?
Aye, where it's like
what
you get 5 yards and then it just disappears.
Oh, like the bits at the end where it just drops down.
Aye.
Oh, right, that.
Aye.
Because Fir Park's just a massive slope.
Aye. I mean, Fir Park's a slope just so you can get the runoff, but like this runoff at the end of the park where it's just like almost on a plinth. The pitch is
because the pitches are just raised up and then it just goes off to the end.
I get why they do it, but for drainage or whatever, but it's criminal because if players are if they're running full pelt at the byline, they stumble once they're into the advertising boards, or even worse, they're into stand head first onto the concrete. I get why they do it. There's got to be a better way, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same at Old Trafford, man. Like,
aye.
In a way,
it's like more edge, man.
In a way, you know how in Gladiators they've got that raised platform, and then they've got to fight each other, and then one of them falls off, and then that's him defeated. That's what makes me think about
that. Aye. Unfortunately, we're not winning yet. My dad says I did disappear.
It'll be a while, mate. It'll be a while.
Give it time. Give it time.
Uncompromising, shall we say?
Yeah. What was it you were saying earlier about not a friendly? As Tony Watt just gets absolutely halved by Stephen Davis on my screen.
Exactly. No game against the Old Firm's a friendly.
Aye, to be fair. They're about a minute, maybe two ahead.
So is it free each on their screen?
I wish.
I'll take that as smile as a no.
That's a definite no.
I'm in the 65th minute and we've got a corner. Can I guess the future and say we've probably given away a free kick?
You've not seen me get excited, so you can tell. And in fact, as soon as you said free kick, Rangers got a free kick.
Aye.
That would be a...
I can tell the future.
Aye, but it must be another penalty.
Watch it. Aye. All right, Ivan Lendl. Aye. It was quite funny, I have to say. Like, I was in like boring middle of the pitch football, and Mark's going, oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what's that?
Had about 14 touches in the box.
I was about to say, while Liam Donnelly's bloody walking the ball in the box with no real objective to do anything.
Aye.
Oh man, I still
And
can't.
of course, Jake Hasty refusing to score against his parent club.
I can't get over those saves from McLaughlin. Though, like,
But, aye, cool.
It's a ball. Aye, well played.
I think it's just kind of
Touch it down, man. Got all the time in the world to take a touch there.
Who's he kept the ball?
Aye.
That should be a yellow card. Does Jake Hasty get booked?
I don't think so.
Because if that was a competitive game, it should be a yellow card.
Oh my god.
I'm on about the bit where he's running back, tracking back, and then he trips someone up.
Don't, oh Jesus Christ.
Oh,
it
well,
four?
I know about it.
Oh, it's 4. And it's your man Goggs that's put the ball in the net. Big Ricky Lammy.
Oh, Ricky Lammy own goal.
Yeah, huh?
No, that's the Gog pod effect.
I swear to God. Barker just goes right through everyone. In fair, he's trying to clear it, but
is Ricky Lammy going to be the new Richard Tate?
Mr. Consistent, I hope so. But hopefully not consistently shite.
I'm still at 3.
He just cuts past everybody there. It just makes it so easy.
I look forward to seeing that goal in about half an hour.
I was about to say, if Rangers utilise Barker like they have done against us today, they'll cut teams apart because Barker can just fly past people.
Aye.
There's not much you can do about that.
There isn't.
Because it's a double-edged sword, because thing is, if Ricky Lammy doesn't get in the way of that, then the Rangers attacker's going to get in.
He's got an easy tap in anyway. So.
He's got an easy tap in. So it's basically a goal anyway. That is a fantastic cutback.
That's brilliant. Oh, nearly another one now. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of communication between Carson and
Deck's got to be covering that runner.
Sorry, I need to go and change the banner.
Aye.
Could you just keep it?
The only thing I'm taking for that fourth is Deck's got to be covering Barker as he's going in. He's on his heels, and the boy's running past him.
It's impossible to cover him, though. That's the only thing. Doesn't matter how
To be
close
fair,
he gets to that pace is unreal.
If Deck's sliding there, he's cutting off the cutback. Because, I mean, Barker's only just managing to get to it when he's sliding. So if Deck gets there, he's not going to get any more than a toe on it. And if he's there, he's blocking everything and it's out for a corner. But, I mean, we've got the benefit of hindsight and 20 million views. He doesn't know who's behind him. He's just trying to track the runner.
Just go talk amongst yourselves for a couple of minutes. I need to go to the toilet. Usually I wouldn't be doing this during the game, but we're at a lost cause anyway.
It's 4-0, no missing much.
I mean, to be fair, when the game's on your phone, it's not actually that hard. I feel like most Rangers fans at the minute watching it at home.
I know, I just, like I said, if we won beforehand, I'd be quite happy, but I didn't expect much, to be honest. Like I say, Rangers, you don't beat teams like Leon without being good.
Well, aye.
I say that knowing that Celtic lost to Leon, but, you know.
It's one of these things, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, thank you, a game is 90 minutes and no longer or less than 90 minutes. Aye.
Yeah.
I could hear it.
Aye.
Right.
It's about who turns up in the day. You can talk about teams on paper all the time.
Well, that's it. If you talked about teams on paper, Leon should be proper beating teams like Celtic and Rangers. They've just got such a good team of players. Dembele, Aouar, Denier, Raphael. They've got a good team, but...
Aye. You talk about teams on paper as well. Celtic and Rangers should be romping this league.
Oh, yeah.
Rangers have got the likes of Defoe, the likes of Aribo, the likes of Kent, etc. Mm-hmm. Celtic have equally high-class players. You know?
It's like players that they can spend millions on and not start. So they should be 4-0 up against teams like us where we're signing players for peanuts or for nothing.
Aye, look, Celtic and Rangers are looking at the top leagues in Europe to sign players from and attract players. Like, we're looking at national league.
So are we at that point of the game and just accepting that we're just still a small club again?
No, we're just talking about how Rangers and Celtic should be winning games against us comfortably.
Right.
Oh, so we're at that part. So we're
at
beyond
that
the part
We
that
skipped the wee
that.
team part.
Right,
The wee team part was about half an hour ago, Goggsy.
I know, eh? This is like an insight for everyone who's not a Motherwell fan or not an Old Firm fan into what being a non-Old Firm fan is like.
Yes.
Getting to the point of like, oh well, they should be beating us, and then being depressed about it, and then when you actually get a draw against them, being like, oh, actually,
it's like there's like 4 stages to a game against an Old Firm team. The first stage is before the game, you're like, Ken, what? I have a feeling we might actually get something from them this time.
Yep.
Then 10 minutes in, you're like, oh fuck, we're 2-0 down already. Then the third stage is just accepting that you're still a small club and you're like, yeah, they should be beating us anyway. And then the fourth stage is just complete depression after full time.
Exactly.
Even if it's a friendly.
Like, I went to a Catholic school. You know what it's like? Or I was literally ruining every Monday after we played Celtic. And
to be fair, when I started supporting Motherwell, I hated every weekend we played anybody. We played Hearts, Hibs, Celtic, Rangers. I hated it because I knew I was going to school getting slagged the next day.
I was the only Motherwell fan at my school. So yeah.
Same. Or I was the only one that claimed to be a Motherwell fan at my school. Although I say that one of my deputy rectors is Brian Reynolds, Marc Reynolds' dad.
Oh, Marc Reynolds' dad, yeah.
All right.
Aye.
I think you've said that before, actually.
Aye.
We've made a sub, and Rangers have made a sub, by the way. Rangers have brought on another goalkeeper. That's not Alan McGregor. And they brought on Barriana.
Okay, my stream's now frozen for some reason.
Is that Robbie McCrory?
No, I don't think so.
Or has he been farmed out on loan again?
He's at Livingston, I think, on loan, isn't he?
You can never tell.
Or something like that?
I think it's... what's his name? What's the keeper's name? Is it Firth?
Is he still there?
Yeah, it's Firth.
Andy Firth, apparently.
Andy Firth, that's the one.
Right. Cheers, Adam.
On Barry Maguire.
Oh, Christ.
So, can't wait to see Barry Maguire score 5 goals from 30 yards. That's going to be fun.
What have you just knocked, Goggsy?
What?
A comedy show sound effect or something?
Yeah, that's my internal laughter at how bad we are in this game.
£1.
I don't even think we've been that bad. Well, this is stage 5 of playing against an Old Firm team. We've not actually. It's not been that bad. I mean, I think 4-0 has been a harsh reflection on the game.
It's now the 74th minute for me, and I really can't be bothered looking at Lamy Ogie anymore.
Do you want me to take that off?
Aye, if you wouldn't mind.
If you just take the OG part off.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't.
Coming off now?
Ricky's my new pal, so I don't want everyone to remember Ricky for that own goal he scored in an irrelevant.
Friend. So we've brought off Jake Hasty and we've put on Harry Robinson.
God bless you.
He's a baller. He's a baller.
Aye.
I don't like how the Rangers 4 Motherwell 0 part is actually a bigger font when there's less writing. It's just
just put lots of spaces after it.
I've got to say here, by the way, that comment, Motherwell looking worse than Brandon Parker's hairline. Why are you doing us dirty like that, man? Never mind Barker, why are you doing us that dirty?
Aye.
The funniest thing, the ironic thing about that is the guy's username is Dog's Opinion, and the fact he said Barker.
Jesus.
I'm just making the most of the fact we're not actually speaking in the group chat, so I cannot get find at all.
Yeah.
I will find a way for you.
What is that you're eating? Is that Nutella on bread or what?
Oh, aye.
Oh, aye.
My dad's coming out
Touche.
for the goods.
And he's eating the same one.
No, he's got his own. He's got peanut butter.
Nah, I'm not really a peanut butter guy.
Tell you what, I've just seen one of the best touches of a ball from Gallagher. That was quite classy.
Oh, Dex on.
It's a class
Aye,
above Hamilton.
The fact
Mate,
that you don't know that he's been
that's
on,
a put down on Hamilton more than anything else.
It is.
that's putting Hamilton very low.
It's putting Hamilton very low. Lower than Airdrie.
Class below Inverary Locals or what her name is.
Inverary. Inverary is the other side of the country, mate.
I don't know, it's all the same.
Inverary's got the most beautiful spots for a public toilet. Fact.
Alright. Didn't we play them? Inverary Locals. And they got
did.
5-0.
3-0. 3-0.
Do we not draw
That
them
was
in
it.
the first leg?
No,
We played them and drew with them.
no. That was a game that got called off about 17 times.
That's the one.
And I was going to go to 16 of them. And then I didn't go to the one that was actually played.
You know, I'll tell you what, by the way. Oh, come on.
What?
Come on. Oh, for God's sake.
we missed a
puts
chance.
Robinson puts a good ball in, misses everyone. Hilton at the back post, puts it back in. Turnbull just can't get it under control and puts it wide. But that ball in from Robinson was a fantastic ball in.
Aye. He's looked a very, very good player.
He kind of half put a ball in the box, like.
Aye. What was I going to say? There's some boy in this YouTube thing that literally just keeps putting a Liverpool score in. And I mean, I don't mean to...
Oh yeah, sorry, I
away.
forgot to say. I forgot to say at the start of the live stream, we've got a correspondent at Anfield right now. Just putting in.
Any
particular reason? Oh, unlucky there for Turnbull. 40 minutes after.
That's what I was saying. If you just kind of get it under control, if he gets that a bit better close to him, then it's at least on target.
Mm.
It's definitely been a better second half.
Oh yeah,
Rangers haven't had as many clear-cut chances as they did in the first, but
yeah, the game's sort of closed down now, hasn't it?
Aye, it's almost like Rangers are just waiting for us to go forward and try and catch us a wee bit.
Yeah.
Aye.
Seems like we're playing three at the back with like wing backs.
Jeez, we're 3-0, 4-0 down to this pish.
Marianne Rooney said Goggsy should switch the score to live out his fantasy. Let's change it up a bit.
Yeah, aye.
Can you save that for full time just to confuse people that join late?
Right. Full time here, it's Rangers 0, Motherwell 6.
Fantastic showing, a Tony Watt hat trick.
I've got one prepared for full time. I might have to change it if Rangers score again, but
you've jinxed it now by saying if they score again.
Probably.
Oh, we've got a question from our Liverpool correspondent.
Oh,
how far do we think Motherwell will get in Europe?
It depends. I think we'll definitely get past the first qualifying. I think it's actually helped us the fact that in previous years when we've been in Europe, we've started our season with European fixtures. So we are coming up against teams from Iceland, Denmark, who've already started their season, and some of these countries are midway through, and we are just in cold-blooded, and we don't know what to do half the time because, yes, we're playing against substandard teams, but they're all fit and ready, and they can last a whole 90 minutes. So I think we're gonna be. I think we're going to be third qualifying round, and we'll get knocked out by some team from Slovakia or something like that.
The absolute dream would just be to get to the groups. That would be like an unreal.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be unreal.
Mate, if we get to the groups, that is the ultimate. But
even just for 3 away days to anywhere. I'd take a group of death with like say Everton or whoever.
But I don't see it happening. But
to be fair, there have been quite a
scenario would be the last qualifier would be the best case, I think.
You're getting an away leg and all sorts of.
Well,
Milan, Villarreal.
In the past couple of seasons, there have been a couple of wild cards like Haugesund from Norway or a few Icelandic teams that have prevailed through to the group stages, and it's been really refreshing to see.
I mean, all you got to look at as well is just even like a few years, I don't know how many years ago, if it was last year, Ostersunds. Nobody had heard of them, and then they go.
They beat Galatasaray in the qualifiers.
Exactly. Looks like Defoe's injured, by the way. He's being brought off again.
And of course, Adam's just brought up in the chat that Stjanen went on to play Inter Milan after they beat Poznan. And they only had one shot on target over the full 2 legs against Lech Poznan. And they scored.
See, that's
and Lech Poznan had 40 shots.
That's all you need, though. It doesn't matter about statistics. It just matters about putting the ball in the net.
I know, but statistics are what I find interesting. Statistics are what the game. What makes the game interesting. The fact that this team's played how many passes in their opponent's half. I find that really interesting. But of course, the only statistic you have to look at is the goals.
Yeah, I'm not I watched the Wickham game in the playoff final.
Oh, that was brilliant.
The amount of passes they completed compared to Oxford was ridiculous. It was not even close.
Wickham were supposed to finish 23rd.
Yeah, that's where they were predicted. They only had 9 players turn up for the season, the start of the season, and they won the playoff final. It's unreal.
Aye. To be fair, saying about statistics as well, you think about us playing Odense. We played half the park, and they got a goal off somebody's bum in the 97th minute or whatever it was to put them through.
Who? Odense?
Was it not Odense? We beat Odense.
No. Odense scored a corner in the 23rd minute at Far Park.
Was it?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the Russian team?
It might have been. I can't remember. There've been that many European trips over the last 10 years. They've kind of all gone a bit. Nah.
Actually, I don't know why.
I mean, chase yourself. I've never been abroad to see Motherwell play. Sorry.
Somebody's giving you a donation, Goggsy.
Motherwell
my second.
That's my first donation of. That's my second ever donation on YouTube. Thank you very much, Ben Odlin. Motherwell on my second favourite team because of you.
What you pay for a deep fried Mars bar? He's giving it to you instead.
Well, I'll be having that deep fried Mars bar on you, Ben Odlin. Thank you very much.
I don't know why I actually never thought this is my favourite away day, but Nancy away was a fantastic away day. Fantastic.
Did you play that? Did you have that kickabout in the town square?
I watched it. I was like, what year was Nancy away? Was that 2008?
09, I think.
2008. I'd have been 12.
Aye.
So old enough to go, not old enough to play football with a bunch of strange adults.
We're strange, all right.
Aye. That was a good away day. Lanechley away was a cracking away day, man. That was a brilliant away day.
Wish I was there.
Drove down for the game, stayed over, drove back the next day. Unreal, man.
Aye.
Such a
right, we've got a question in from Flynn Dalglish. Where do you think Motherwell will finish this season, Trips?
Oh, top of the pile.
We're here to stop 10 in a row.
I'll just say top 3. I'm not going to specify where in the top 3.
Right. I always get absolutely crucified for saying this, right? But if we finish top 6, I'm happy. I don't care.
Aye.
We're in the
That's
top
fine.
6. If we finish top 6, I'm happy. Top 6 in a cup run, I think that's a fantastic season for us.
Yeah.
Oh, aye.
That always is a good. I'd say that is a good season for us because I mean I'd love another trip to Hampden. I mean I'll never say no to it. I mean that's what you want, a club the size of Motherwell. But I think with the team we've got, yes, we're getting beat 4-0 by Rangers. So before anyone hounds me in the comments, I reckon we'll be in the top 4 this season.
Because I feel like Motherwell fans for the last few years we've been spoiled for a long time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
We've kind of
been
forgotten
spoiled with good goalkeepers as well.
Yeah, we forget what kind of team we actually are. And the reality is, we stay up. That's fantastic.
We're the team that's predicted to go down every year, but we defy the odds.
Yeah,
that's
if we finish top 6, that to me is a good season. That to me is a solid season, solid build, right? If we get a cup semi-final chucked in there, that's a really good season. So I've always said that. I don't care which cup. I don't care which cup you have a final in or a semi-final in. As long as if we finish top 6, that's a good season. If we finish 7th, 8th, I'm happy. As long as we're still in the league, I don't really care.
Aye.
Because I've seen us come close to relegation far too many times for my liking.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I've seen us go down and not go down because another team haven't got the stadium requirements. You know?
Yeah, like we've seen us have to go through playoff relegations. Don't want to bring that up because it's Rangers, but we've had to see our team play it, and it's.
It is the playoffs was the worst I've ever felt during 90 minutes. I was literally sick from the moment I got out of my bed to the moment I got back into bed the same day. I was sick the whole day, both days.
Aye.
So as long as we avoid that, I don't care if we finish. Like, to be fair, if we finish 10th, I'd maybe be a bit like, oh Christ, can we finish a bit higher? But as long as we are not in a relegation playoff or a relegation spot, I'm generally no too bothered.
Aye.
To be
as long for the good of the football club, as long as we are still going to be a club for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, that is all I care about. As long as we are staying in the Premiership, because that is where the money is, and that is the main thing at the end of the day.
100%.
Who's getting relegated?
Who's getting relegated?
From Poland.
Oh, please, Nerf, why you do this? I don't know who's getting relegated, to be honest. Ackies are like that. Ackies are like a cockroach, man. They can't kill them. They just keep coming back. So they're just never going to go down, man. Aye, they're like West Ham. No matter how bad they are, they stay up.
Aye.
I reckon it's going to be either Kilmarnock or St Johnstone this time. It's going to be a team that you wouldn't have thought about too much because people usually jump to Mirren, Hamilton, Ross County even. But I reckon it'll be a team such as St Johnstone or Kilmarnock that may go down.
I don't know, I can't think of who.
He's just put on my reply message, unsubscribed.
Who said that?
Please nerf whatever his name is.
It might be because he's a Kelly fan.
I am assuming that.
But I genuinely don't know, But I mean, you look at last season, everyone's saying Dundee Hearts, but then Hearts went down. Sorry, Dundee. Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, that's a game finished.
Is it?
Yeah, 4-0.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Stevie G and Robbo having a nice wee talk on the touchline.
Right, we'll have
Robbo and Caixinha having wee fisticuffs.
Oh, those were the days.
Right, so before we end off tonight's broadcast, I would like to thank everyone for coming along, but we can sit and chat for the next 10-15 minutes or so and digest what's just happened before our eyes as we've just capitulated at Ibrox. So everyone, how are we feeling on tonight's performance?
Well, I think the stream summed it up, to be honest.
Yeah,
came in at fairly low expectations, so I wasn't exactly disappointed.
Oh wait, sorry. I've got to finish. I've got to add this in. There we go. It's full time. Rangers 4, Motherwell 5. Fantastic result for Motherwell as we are getting ready for the next game.
I can't believe Goggsy 99 scored 5 goals at the end. Unreal scenes.
Oh, no. Absolutely fantastic scenes. Absolutely wonderful. But
I can't believe
yeah.
that Trevor Carson managed to score a 5K.
Oh, unreal, wasn't it?
Yeah. They had us in the first half, not going to lie.
They had us in the first half, not going to lie.
Why you have to be
came in with low expectations, not disappointed, but I would have hoped for a little bit better than 4-0. But, I mean, I've seen us lose 7-1.
That was before the 5 goals, yeah.
Yeah.
As well,
some comeback.
Right now.
What a comeback.
Comeback from the boys.
It's Rangers 4, Motherwell 5.
Eyes Ranges.
Oh, is it? I better change that.
Did we win that pre-season tournament in France now, did we?
I'm starting to think we did.
When did we get a star above the badge for that?
I don't know. There we go.
No, that first
Maybe
half.
It's been remedied.
That first half.
Maybe It's been remedied.
Solid gave them the win. Second half was a lot better.
Oh, aye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Second half was so much better.
A lot better.
We sort of came into the game and we just for first half we were just right wrong. I think we took too long to come into it, and we did create chances. We just took too long, and the decision making in the final third was left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. But I think we can only improve.
You know, there's still time to iron out the kinks and all that.
Yeah.
Rudy, we've got a wee comment from a certain Alexandros Bishong. Is that how you pronounce it? Bishonges or
Bishonges? Or Bishonges. It's Alexandros Bishonges.
Rudy needs to sing.
No, not in this one.
Maybe in the next stream, if we win, we'll get you a wee sing.
Yeah. This is going to become a regular thing until we're actually allowed back in the grounds. And who knows if it actually does get successful, we may do it for other neutral games that may be on telly that we have a live stream for. But I really enjoyed tonight, guys. The fact that we were on call for about 4 hours because the game was actually shifted back 2 hours. But I really enjoyed tonight. That was a really good start. And the fact Motherwell won 5-4 at Ibrox is fantastic.
The icing on the cake, I think.
Oh, aye. Harry Robinson.
Yes, Alexandros. There's no denying that Rudy is such a talent.
Yeah, the boy's got some pipes. That's for sure.
The boy's even got an agent now as well, so he's done quite well for himself.
Aye. It's announced new signing,
But we'll take the patter off now, and but I think that was well lived for a wee while anyway.
Aye.
Oh dear.
But
yeah,
I don't think there's much way to sugarcoat things other than the fact that there's still a wee bit of room for improvement.
Aye.
In the team, but
in terms of what you're seeing right now, and in terms of what was played before our eyes, and I mean, there's always going to be teething issues with new things in terms of us, and every season when you're trying to gel new players together. I mean, you've got Lammy, you've got White, you've got even
McGinley,
reasonably new to the team. You've got McGinley, you've got lots of new players coming in and about, and it's Robbo doing his usual reconstruction job more than trying. I mean, this year we've been lucky that we've managed to hold on to a lot of quote unquote
we've sort of got rid of sort of the deadwood, or not deadwood, but players that were sort of past it and they weren't at their best anymore. So we've sort of brought in younger talent, and I think it could be really interesting to see how well we do. Because
I said this earlier on, this is one of the strongest Motherwell squads that I've seen probably since the Higdon days. With I
mean, I think even Robinson said in a sort of like we interview thing.
Aye.
I think I've overheard him say that this is the best collective of players he's had in his time at Motherwell, and he's had a turnover of what 40, 50 players in his time.
At least.
I mean, he's had the likes of Molt, the likes of Keepray, the likes of well, like you said earlier on, Aarons and James Scott, and it's been an almost renaissance of Motherwell players coming through as well, with the likes of Hasty, Turnbull, Campbell, Scott, and it's nice to see that the academy products are starting to come through as well, with the likes of Maguire, Devine,
Cornelius Hussein.
Cornelius.
There was even a boy on the bench tonight. I swear to God, I've never heard of him before pre-season. Like this season, I swear I've never heard this boy's name in my life. I'm about to actually go Johnston.
Yeah, isn't he a fullback?
I think so. I don't know. I've never heard of the boy until pre-season. In fact,
I think he played against Dundee United.
Yeah.
Ken, who we're missing? We're missing Duncan because he would have all the information.
We need Kenny on board here. Like even like last season, like when we had players like Hussein and Devine and Cornelius, we at least knew of them. I mean, knew that they would come good at some point. And now we've got Johnson coming in, who's played pre-season, and we're like, who's this? We've still got good young players coming through. It is exciting. Yeah. Fair enough. We've got Gubbs 4-0 by Rangers, but there is positives to look at. The young players are coming in. They're pushing a point now. So
yeah, and not even that. They're challenging the more senior players to be better. Otherwise, they're right there, able to take their place. You know.
Exactly.
It's good to see that there's competitiveness within the squad, and it's not just there's no guaranteed starts. I mean, Rob's never really been playing favourites. I mean, there's obviously those that will be more preferred because they've played more games or whatever, but there's never been a guaranteed start.
Yeah, there's been a long time where I've been watching them, and it's been like, this is the start 11. If there's an injury in this position, we don't have anything else. Whereas now you're like, oh, someone's injured here, we can put him here, we can move him here, we can do this, we can do that. So it's actually quite refreshing to have options available.
You know what I like? The fact that, say, 2 or 3 years ago, we may have had sort of the fan sites, the people pushing the panic button already because we're getting beat 4-0. But I think because we've had Robbo for that long a period, we're sort of like calm, and we're just not really too sort of at our wits' end because it's been such a doing. But I'm really relaxed with Robbo at the helm, and I think no matter what, I'm gonna back every decision he makes, because I think he's made a couple of mistakes before as manager. Everyone does it, but on the whole, he's a fantastic manager, and I think he's still as good as maybe Tommy McLean. And the only thing that's missing is a wee trophy.
I know.
I think the thing with Robbo is he instills confidence not just in the players but in the fans, because he's that open with everything he does. He's not trying to hide anything. He's just, he's trying to be impartial and transparent, like you say. I've got a question here. Thoughts on Hilton?
I didn't really watch too much of it. Like, as much as this was meant to be a live stream of us commentating around the game or just reacting to the match, I mean, the signal for the internet wasn't the best, and I only saw wee flickers. And whenever Hilton gets on the ball, I'm talking mainly about when I watched him play last season. I mean, he started off a bit of a meh sort of player. He may have had the odd moment of brilliance, but apart from that, he wasn't too special. He wasn't like a Lionel Ainsworth who would have those certified moments on a multiple
just banging a goal into 40 yards.
But Hilton's that sort of player. Like, he's one of the silkiest players I've seen at the club. He would beat a man, nutmeg him, and then create an assist. But I think the longer the season went on last year, he got better every time. And That's what I like to
Very
see.
much
Like,
so.
Robbo is improving him as a player, and that is detrimental to his development. So I think he's a really good player. He's not the best winger I've seen at the club, but he's certainly up there. And I think with another season under his belt at the club, I think it'll only do him good.
Yeah.
Aye.
From watching this game, most of the times he got the ball, it was very similar to what we were doing with Ryan Kent. They were trying to put numbers around him because they know he can create things and be deadly on the ball. And that is where I'd say his only downfall is when there's a lot of players around him, he just tries to hold the ball rather than pass and move it, get rid of it to keep moving. He'll just hold it and get outnumbered, lose the ball, the other team go on the break.
Aye.
But he's got such quick feet, he's got a low centre of gravity. Something he's very direct when he wants to be, but he tries to take the same player on 2 or 3 times when you're screaming for something. But other than that,
he's a very similar sort of player. Sorry to interrupt. It's similar to Bully Aribi from last year.
Yeah,
because he's very unpredictable.
Yeah,
he's an unpredictable player, and like, so if there's like a sort of really tight gap at the corner of the pitch, he'll still find a way to barge through it, and that's what I like to see in a winger.
Yeah, you don't want a winger to just. You want to be excited by a wing player.
Oh, aye.
And it's always like we had, to a lesser extent, I suppose, maybe, but Elliot Freer, when he got the ball, I was always like, what's he going to do? I'd sit up and pay attention.
Things happen.
Every time Aaron's got the ball, you'd sit up and go, right, what's he going to do with the ball? You get the same with Jermaine Hilton. And that brings a bit more value to what you're paying for. But my only criticism, I guess, of him is I want to see a little more end product from him. But we forget it's only been 1 season in Scottish football for him.
Aye.
Like that's the mad thing.
And
so we'll finish.
Scottish football is a different beast to a lot of different leagues. It's especially those that have come from down south. It's very much you've got. Well, for one, it's a higher level than most of these boys are playing beforehand because we're a selling club. We take boys in that have potential. We sell them on for with big sell-on fees or whatever. It's what we've always done. Like, but it's one of those things, I guess. We're always taking gambles on players because we're taking them in on potential. We're not taking them in on as a finished product because if they were a finished product, they'd be going to, I don't know, Celtic, Rangers,
Championship level, Premier League,
bigger clubs down south if they were the finished product. But we are that one tier down that's creating that end product for other clubs to come in and sell on. Like Turnbull, for example, probably a perfect example. Yes, he's still got weaknesses in his game. Yes, there's still a long way for him to become the complete player that he very much could be. But like he's shown a lot of potential, which is why we're getting interest from Leeds, from Newcastle, from Celtic last year if they're still in for it, and it's club changing money being offered for us, but it's pocket change for the likes of Leeds or Newcastle.
Yeah,
just because it's a whole different level. It's like 4 million to them is probably 100k, 250k to us. It's not. It's still a sizable amount, but it's not anything like as huge as it could be for us, for example.
Quite right. So before we end off our maiden show, we'll go through a couple more questions. If you've got any questions, anyone still viewing, I respect everyone for staying on. We've still got 25 viewers, which is fantastic for our first show. Anyone who's got any more questions, we'll give it till the clock reaches 2:30 because we're on for 2:23 right now. So any other questions? If Motherwell didn't exist, who would you support?
I mean,
that is a ball ache of a question right there, isn't it?
There's so many different answers to give to that, really, because you could say like Arsenal because my dad supports Arsenal, but I have a soft spot for them. You know what I mean? Regardless, you could say for me Hearts because I grew up right next to Tynecastle, but I would probably say my my grandparents stay in Dumfries, and my granddad took me to see Queen of the South when I was really young as well. After I supported Motherwell, so I'd probably say Queens, to be honest with you. I'd probably go Queen of the South. If it's a Scottish team anyway, that's where I'd probably go.
Fair enough. Rudy? Falkirk because of your...
Well, currently, given how things are, I'd kind of be similar to Mark, but on a totally different level. Because I'm now quite in with Dorking Wanderers, who are very much on an upswing at the minute, to the point where they're challenging for National League status, which is just mental. But if that's not allowed, then it probably would be either Falkirk or Shire, East Stirlingshire, because they are my local.
Fair game. And for me,
as I say, it's
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Continue.
Just ignore me. I'm talking
fine.
Beans, didn't I?
That's all right. That's all right. This has been basically 2.5 hours of us talking beans anyway. So it's all.
And yet 50 people were watching.
Referee waves play on. It's been good. And for me, it is one of the Dundee teams because that's where I'm from originally.
Easy enough.
Although I've lived in Fife all my life, but it would definitely be one of the Dundee teams. But any more questions? Oh, here's one. What other signings do Motherwell need to make from Scott McKenzie?
Oof. I mean, a wee Lionel Messi probably wouldn't go amiss. He seems quite unsettled at Barcelona at the minute.
That boy Ronaldo rings a bell, doesn't he?
Should have had
no,
to be fair, we couldn't afford his left little toe.
Yeah.
He could buy our club 3 times over.
For me, I would have to say a player that we would. I think we're still needing another striker. I'd say, just for competition. Or we've got enough midfielders, probably got enough defenders as well, and I think our goalkeeping situation is all right.
I'm like, it's easier said than done, but a goal scorer, someone that can put 20, 25 in a season, guaranteed. That's
a Michael Higdon.
A Michael Higdon. That's the one thing we are missing. From, in my opinion, I think we're solid on the wings, solid in the midfield, solid at the back. 2 good goalkeepers, as much as Scott Fox is a meme. I feel like we've got youth all over the pitch as well coming through. Yeah. I just think we need that 20-25 goal a season striker, and we could potentially push. I don't want to sound like I'm going mental, but push further up the table. I know if we had a boy that could put the ball in the net and make a difference, you wouldn't be looking at games like the Celtic game last season where we lost. Was it 5-2?
4-0.
4-0.
Or 5-2.
We were 2-0 up.
Do you have a boy that can put the ball in the net? The wee half chances we have, they become goals.
Yeah.
Boys that are just in the right place at the right time. Just it's their positioning that and their awareness of the game that gets them goals rather than just being the best in all areas. You know, it's
exactly.
As I say, Higdon, whilst he was a brilliant finisher, like he's a big boy. You know, he didn't move particularly quickly, but he just always knew where to be for the rebounds or whatever. And I mean, the thing is as well, we've got more than enough providers, you know? Like, I think part of what made Higdon so successful, I've said this till I'm blue in the face, but the thing that partly what made Higdon so successful was having Oyama beside him. Oyama was brilliant at just driving past players and just firing the ball in where he just knew that Higdon would be. And I think it's almost a shame for both of them that when they moved on, they didn't go to the same club. Because if they had, I think they could have torn up whatever league they were in. The two of them.
I agree 100%.
Quite right.
100%.
But one more question. Let's have something that's nothing to do with Rangers because it's just... It's getting tough. Tough.
You've already beat us. I don't want to talk about these anymore.
I know.
Let's not talk. Shut it.
Yeah. pretty much. It's all very well winning the Coupe de Fuck All, but It'd be interesting to see Rangers go the full distance this season, though, wouldn't it? In terms of not just dropping silly points against, say, Kilmarnock or St Mirren.
And a Hamilton Accies. But
yeah.
It's just... But those games were really bizarre because it just seemed like... It didn't ever seem like the other team were going to win and they still won.
Oh.
To me, anyway, like the Hamilton game especially was a game where I watched it and I was like, Hamilton don't look like they're going to win this, and they still somehow came away with it.
Hamilton are just a team like that, though. They always
games that Rangers seem to sort of snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, if you know what I mean.
100%. I don't know how you can go from
games that they are certain to win, and they still find a way to drop a point.
I don't know how they've went from the team that beat, as I said before, the team that beat Celtic in the league and ran them so close in a cup final, to that kind of collapse in the space of a couple of months. I can't get my head around it. It seems like there's something not quite right there. Hopefully it's something for them anyway that's addressed. I don't care. I quite like a chuckle.
Right. Here's one. The final comparison we'll do for tonight: Moult or Higden.
Oh, I hate this one. I hate this. I guess
it is a bully, isn't it?
Can I have the two of them together?
The two of them together.
Right. Can I go first?
Fantastic. Go on then.
Right, you go first. Go on.
Right. I'm gonna ask for a bit more kind of specificity on this one. That's a big word for 10 o'clock on a whatever night it is.
Clarity.
Who is playing beside them? Right?
Very good question. Very good question.
Because Moult and McDonald were a Higden and Oyama duo that just didn't quite get the rewards for the graft they put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, Moult and McDonald put in a team like the team that Oyama and Higden had behind them, whereas, I mean, without being rude, Zach Jules was in our team when McDonald and Moult were playing together. Like, that's never going to be a recipe for success. And we also had Craig Sampson in the sticks, which is never going to be a recipe for success.
Dracula, theatre crosses.
Like, but
Give me the fear of that boy.
Aye, like as I say, Holt halfway between Higden and Moult. Just Captain Holt. That's where I was going with that. Aye, Moult and Higden were brilliant players in their own right. Like, Moult scored 50 goals in a Motherwell team that was battling relegation. You know? Also, subscribe to Rory Whitefoot, not just this man, please.
Yeah.
Please. I'll beg, I don't mind.
I've got a channel, so don't bother.
Aye. Like, yeah. It's, aye. Moult and Higden are very, very good players in their own right.
Yeah.
In the teams they were in, I'd have Higden any day, because the team he had about him partly made him the player he was. He was an outstanding player as well, but the team he had around him made him so much better.
In that period with Michael Higden, especially the season we went to the Champions League, we were just scoring goals for fun.
Aye,
we would
score 3 kicks every other week. You had McFadden scoring for fun and just taking boys on for fun. You had Law in the middle just running rings round boys. You had Murphy,
we should not speak
Darren Randolph behind all of them, just being an absolute wall, you know. Whereas,
absolutely,
it's just as I say, in the team that he was in, I'd have Higden any day. Honestly, I'd say that team kind of.
I think you've nailed it.
Even 12 team.
Think of anything else,
I don't think I've got anything to add to that.
Quite possibly one of our, it's the greatest Motherwell team that I've ever seen.
I would
Season
agree
11, 12.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that. If you put, I mean, you saw it. I mean, Higdon went to, was it Nyman? And his goal record was not
Nijmegen.
as good as it was with us. Whereas Moltz went to Preston, and yeah, he's had injuries, but he still scored when
Oh,
he's
aye.
played. Molt's probably
Mm.
more of a, Higdon was still a goal scorer, don't get me wrong, but he was always like the target man. But when he played for us, it was all linking into him. Whereas Molt
Yeah.
just seemed like a more all-round goal scorer.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
It's
Great.
I'm probably going to have to agree with you there, really, to be honest. If you have the whole team around Higdon, I'd pick Higdon every day of the week. But
Yeah,
if you're just
but
picking
Molt's a
one
better
player,
player.
if you're just picking one player based off of that, I'm picking Molt.
Aye.
Ooh, interesting.
Aye. I'd have Molt in my team. To be fair, I wouldn't have both of them in the same team because they're the same player.
Yeah.
But I'd have him over Higdon any day of the week
Mm.
because I know for a fact Molt will score goals regardless of who he plays for.
And again, like you highlighted,
Absolutely.
when we were near the bottom of the table, Molt was scoring
Aye.
goals. And then when
Aye.
we're going
As
to
I say,
cup
it was-
finals, he's still scoring goals.
Aye.
Mm.
He can score on any stage.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Probably.
yeah, I think that wraps up this evening's broadcast. But thank you very much for your
Reminiscing
time,
of our old
Trips.
players.
I know we can do this in the group chat after, but I think
Aye.
we're at our
Oh, aye.
expiry time for the broadcast. But yeah, once again, everyone who tuned in tonight, thank you very much. I think we peaked at 65 viewers, which is the most
Oh.
I've ever had at a live stream.
There you go.
It's because I'm here.
At one time, I will say that. But yeah, fantastic Trips, and thank you very much once again. And we'll be back very soon, I'm sure, for the Ross County Motherwell game. There is the rumour of Motherwell are playing Celtic this weekend, but I don't know if it's been on telly at all. So if it's not on telly, we won't do a live stream. But
Aye.
yeah,
Just reading the Twitter updates.
If there's a
the
game on
Twitter
that
update,
folk
it's not
want
the same.
if for some weird
Yeah.
reason there's a game on the telly that folk want to see us talk about,
Aye.
mean,
Absolutely, I'm more than happy to do that. But
Even if it's as a
yeah,
neutral.
fantastic. Anyway, guys, leave a like down below if you enjoyed and want more of this content. I've seen quite a few positive comments in the comment section. We've got 42 likes, 0 dislikes. So that's fantastic. And we'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. I've been Goggsy. Everyone else?
I've been Mark.
Yeah.
I've been
Ruaraidh
here as
well.
a Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah. We'll say that. The boys have been wanting to be on forever. But yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll see you later. Take care.
Catch you after.
Catches.